Hello, kids. Welcome in. It is the Matt Murphy Radio Show underway for another day. I look very discombobulated because I am. Hope I don't sound that way. It's 7 minutes after the hour. Friends and neighbors, we're going to have a great show today. It's Wednesday, December 17, 2025, episode 945 of our gatherings here together. And I am proud of every single one of them. I'm happy that you've decided to join us for this one, and whatever amount of time you're able to give us, we're certainly appreciative. My name is Matt Murphy. Conveniently, this show's named the Matt Murphy Radio Show. That's pretty good news. It is day 334 of Donald Trump's second term as president of the United States of America, with a brief interlude of 4 years from that guy that doesn't remember that he was president. That's 334 out of 1,460.5 days in office. And I say that just to drive the liberals crazy. We've got a lot to drive the liberals crazy today, too. As in, Donald Trump will be addressing the nation tonight, as Ken Weaver's been telling you, 8 o'clock, Middle Tennessee time. And we'll be carrying that for you live on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. If you're not able to get near a television and watch it live in real time, we'll have all the analysis for you tomorrow morning, starting early. With Nashville's Morning News. No Dan Mandis tomorrow. There's Brian Wilson subbing in for Dan Mandis, doing a great job. I've been listening to that and enjoying it very much. Dan will be back, I guess, on Friday to break down everything that's happened over the course of the week. We'll be here tomorrow as well. As a matter of fact, I'm here from today until next week this time. Wednesday, December 24th will be our last day of the year. And we'll take some time off during the holidays, spending it with family and friends. Actually, I'll be packing because apparently we got a good thumbs up on the inspection today. There's a couple of issues, as there would be in a house that's was built in 1960. We got to call an electrician, Ken. Ken Weaver's back in the newsroom. He gathers headlines for a living. Hello, Ken Weaver. What's going on, man? Yeah, some of the electrical, it's not anything that's in danger of exploding or anything like that, but it's like they just can't figure out what some of the buttons do. They're like, we can't figure out how to make these hallway lights come on. And we've tried all manner of pushing buttons, but sometimes there's a series. That's like one of those three-way switches where you got to turn the thing on down here, and then you got to have it off up here, and then if you got to turn it on over there, and if you don't do them all in the right order, nothing comes on. Well, there are secret chambers that I don't know about that we found out about today. The inspector found out about them, which is pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, this house, man. I don't know what to tell you. This house, there's an attic up there, but we can't get to it because apparently at some point they turned what was a garage space into an interior living space, and in doing so, they dropped the ceilings down, and there are these beautiful, beautiful wooden ceilings in this area, which I've called my room. I've called this room. This is my room. I call it. And now the only way to access the attic is from behind the fireplace in a little space. And my inspector, his name was Bruce. Thank you, Bruce. He brought Tyler with him, and he said, Tyler is a skinny little fella. Like, who's the skinniest guy we got around here? Well, Tyler's skinnier than that. Who's the skinniest fellow we got around here? Okay, Tyler's about Joseph's size. And Tyler barely could get up there to check around in the attic area. And so there's a little hidden compartment, just hidden rooms up there.
I'm going to try to get up there.
Jackson, I think... So there's an old, y'all remember those old attic fans? Jackson, you do not, because you're like barely.
Because I was born in this century.
Barely out of diapers. You were not born in this century. Thank you very much. I don't care for you lying to the listening audience. You were not. You were not born in this century.
Okay, I'll correct myself. I was born in the last century, unlike Matt Murphy.
You were born 2 days before we became this century. Depending on who you ask, because some people say it was 2000 and some people say it was 2001. Have y'all ever gotten into that rabbit hole debate? I stay away from it. I just, thank goodness I'm not going to see the turn of the millennium anymore. Yeah.
I don't know. You made the first one.
That's the century. It's not the millennium. I'm not 1,000 years old, Jackson.
Really?
I mean,
999?
I'm willing to lean into the bit, but I'm not 1,000. You know what I mean?
You look great for 960.
Thank you. Thank you. Methuselah. Anyway, bottom line is, Jackson, they might have to remove the attic fan for you to be able to go up in there, which is what they recommended me do if I want to get access to the attic, which I don't. Attic fans used to be cool, man. I love them. I part of me wants to. It still works. They just got a board over it. And if you take the board off, man. Oh, yes.
Since I have never been able to sleep without some sort of fan noise. I've got to have noise to go to sleep. Otherwise, I can't do it. And that attic fan, man, it was great.
I loved it. When my grandparents had one, and they used it until they got central heating and air put in, which was pretty late on in life. And when they did that, they never used the attic fan again. But like you, in the spring and the fall, man, you open up the windows, turn that attic fan on, and for those that have never experienced it, the attic fan sucks the air.
Yeah.
And so it pulls air from those windows and through the house, and all the hot air goes up. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's just something about it. That's old school. Old school.
It is old school.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
It was nature.
Oh, yeah.
Except for the electricity powering the fan.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, you had the natural flow of air coming through. You could smell the smell. Somebody cutting grass down the road, you could smell that grass smell coming in, which is basically grass blood.
Cool evening breezes of Anytown, USA.
Oh, that's nice, Ken. I like that.
Yeah, I got that from Seinfeld.
You should talk. Speaking of Seinfeld, so you've been telling this story about this fellow over in Wilson County?
Yes, sir.
So if I have the story correct.
Yes, sir.
He was at a business establishment.
Chicken restaurant's what they're calling it.
A chicken joint.
Yeah.
Are we saying what chicken joint?
They do not say which chicken joint.
Okay. Well, I mean, we don't have to say either. But he's at a chicken restaurant.
At a chicken restaurant.
It would be really great if it was Kenny Rogers Roasters. I know that doesn't really exist, but it would really tie into the Seinfeld reference. But, and he goes to the bathroom.
Yes, sir.
And he comes out.
Yes, sir.
And it's out.
Apparently so, according to one of the employees.
What was out?
It.
I'm
The
glad,
clown?
I'm glad you asked, Jackson. Thank you for playing along. It reminds me, y'all, and we don't have a TV set up yet, and I think it would screw us up with copyright anyway. You might not be able to hear this on Talk TV, and I apologize for that if that is the case, but it reminded me of something, Ken.
Yeah.
Y'all remember this?
I know which episode.
Hello?
So?
What?
Come on, how was your date?
Oh, the date. The date.
Yeah, how was it?
Interesting.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why, what happened?
Let's see. How shall I put this?
Well, just put it.
He took it out.
He what?
He took it out.
Man.
He took what out?
It?
He took it out?
Yes, sirree, Bob.
Yes, sir, Bob.
He did.
Well, you were involved in some sort of amorous...
No.
You mean he just...
Yes.
Are you sure?
Oh, quite.
He's quite.
There was no mistaking it?
Jerry.
So you were talking, you're having a pleasant conversation, and then all of a sudden...
Yeah.
It. Out.
Out.
Well, I can't believe this. I know Phil. He's a good friend of mine. We play softball together. How could this be?
Oh, it be.
Oh, it be.
You got any other friends you want to set me up with?
So that's if you, man, that scene in Seinfeld, he took it out. Great dialogue. Fabulous dialogue. And if you've never seen the scene, Jerry has set Elaine up with a guy.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting in the car, and he just, bloop, bloop. Just like walking up to is it possible? Here's the problem.
Here we go.
If you're Donnie Self,
Yes, sir.
who is the guy accused of taking it, out, can you not say that you didn't know? Like, I'm on medicine. I was out of my mind. I didn't take my BP. I don't know. I went to the bathroom and something happened. I was washing my hands and I had no idea. I mean, couldn't you do? Well, the problem is he gave a fake name.
He gave a fake name, and apparently something similar happened in September.
Oh, so this is a repeat offender?
Apparently.
Apparently.
Allegedly.
My father-in-law had a good friend by the name of Tony. God rest his soul. And Tony used to say, he would say, you know, Ken, it feels so nice out, I think I'll leave it out. And I guess this is the way old Donnie feels about life, too.
Right.
It feels so nice out, I think I'll leave it out.
Yeah.
I
don't know why he gave a wrong name. Gave his first name, but then changed his last name.
To, like, Jones.
Yeah, it was Jones.
Donnie what?
Jones. Smith.
My name is Peter. Richard Peter. Nobody calls me Richard, though.
But see, here's the thing. To your point, that can happen.
It can happen.
Maybe you get distracted
Look,
in the process and you forget something.
I don't know. I would never forget that.
you get up in age, Jackson, and, you know,
You don't forget to put that away.
a lot of things start making no sense.
How old was the guy, Ken?
Like 51?
Yeah, he looks like he's in his 50s.
I think I got his age over here.
I haven't seen his age.
51, according to the Tennessean.
Yeah, that's about right.
51 years of age. Yeah, that's
You
too
don't
young.
forget it. You don't forget to put it away.
You don't, yeah.
You
don't.
know that thing's hanging out there.
I mean, unless you're on some sort of the only thing you can do
Medication?
is I was on medication
Yes,
and
sir.
my doctor screwed up my medication amounts and I was out of my mind. That's the only thing you got.
Right.
Because wouldn't you
Otherwise-
feel a draft?
Yes, you would think. So this reminded me of something that happened to me. I'm not making this up. Have I told y'all this story? So I'm at Birmingham. I rode my motorcycle. We were doing an event at Regions Field in Birmingham, Alabama for the Birmingham Barons, who is their minor league baseball team downtown. And, it's catch as catch can when it comes to parking in the downtown area. And there's a number of brew houses and whatnot around the minor league baseball stadium, and a number of homeless people that gather when games come because they know that they can get money off the people that are parking. And so I park and I start to walk. I'm getting all my stuff off the bike and I'm locking it into my saddlebag. And then a guy walks up to me, obviously a homeless guy, an urban outdoorsman, if you will. And he's like, "Hey, man, I was just wondering if you had $1 or $2." And he walks up and Ken, he's got it out. He's just showing us what God gave him there. And he's like, "You got $1 or $2?" And I couldn't. I'm like, yeah, you going to, I was like, "Yeah, you going to take care of that first and maybe we can transact some business?" And I kind of pointed. And you know what he said?
What?
He went, "No, I'm all good." And I said, "Well, I'm all good too then." I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, you want $1 or $2, the least you can do is kind of
Put it away.
cram it back in there. And
Yeah.
I mean, give me a little something to work with here, buddy.
Well,
You going to deal with that? I'm all good. Okay. Well, good luck with you. And I am certain that he peed on my motorcycle when I walked away. I'm certain of it. I'm certain of it. But I choose not to believe it.
I'd forget something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're at a chicken restaurant, the jokes write themselves. We're going to try to do a few of those today because I don't want to.
I knew it, man.
I don't want to turn
That's
it into
whatever I thought of when I was writing the story.
that kind of show.
I thought it was at a Starbucks.
At Starbucks?
No,
No, it was at a chicken
it was a
restaurant.
chicken joint.
I mean, I guess if it was at a Starbucks, we saw a latte. Yeah. Sir, I would ask you if you'd like a grande, but I can see that you already have one. Hey-oh! I mean, come on, y'all. That's all I got. Anyway, that's that's the story.
Was it a drumstick or a chicken nugget?
I don't know, man. You're going to have to talk to the people who were there. Little drummies, little chicken fingers.
I mean, here's the sad thing, man. If by chance it was some sort of medical condition, or this poor fella, man.
The Tennesseans reporting on the name of the chicken restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it? Are you going to say it? Oh no. I know it's gonna what it's gonna be because you can't make it up, can you?
It's BJ Hot Chicken.
Oh my.
Hey,
my.
Well, I mean, you go into BJ's.
That might be why the TV stations.
That's exactly what I'm just imagining the manager. For the love, people, are we going to have to change our name?
Goodness. We don't.
According to the arrest affidavit, Self is accused of exposing himself in a BJ Hot Chicken restaurant on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon on December 15th. Police were also told that Self exposed himself at the same restaurant September 28th.
Yes.
Maybe he was just confused
He
about
keeps ordering the 5-finger combo and is very confused.
Sir, I have it on good authority. It's right there on the name of the sign.
Goodness.
What are you?
Oh, my goodness.
You can't. I bet BJ's is very good.
So
I bet it's very tasty. And I'm not. I encourage you to support BJ Hot Chicken Restaurant in these trying times. We're not knocking BJ's at all on this radio show. I wouldn't want you to think that. We support them.
You know what, man?
And I want y'all to go and spend your dollars.
I'm going to be completely honest. I think Saturday I might head over.
I might get some chicken. You know, y'all, I'll go with you. Listen, y'all, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I didn't know anything about you until I saw y'all.
I had no idea there was a place called BJ's Chicken.
And then I saw y'all on the news, and I figured I'd come check this out. What do we got going on here? Can I get some of those naked tenders? Please?
Here's my question for later on in the show, boys. We can't use this as an income boost, can we?
I think it's too good. It's too easy. Besides, by the way, Jackson, do you understand that today's a very crucial day in Nincompoop in the News history?
We just can't let Ken Weaver win.
Because we just got the Wellness Institute of Nashville Nincompoop in the News weekly trophy. It's a huge award.
It's a big old award.
It's a big old trophy. It's got a crown on it. And Jackson was the initial recipient, and that was kind of honorary.
Yes.
I mean, that was an honorary thing that Dr. Mitchell gave to Jackson.
Right.
To start off the award. Well, this week is the first official awarding of the trophy. And Ken, you've won 2 days in a row. If you win today,
I've got the inside track.
You've got it. If you win today and the trophy is yours until 2026, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Because we're not going to have a complete week until next year.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you own the trophy throughout the holiday season. You can gallivant around with it. You can take it into BJ's with you if you wanted to.
I'm going to wear that crown.
I would do that. I would wear the crown and say, I'm the king of BJ's.
Heavy is the head
that wears the crown. Indeed. We got to take a short time out. Y'all, we'll get to some other news. I wouldn't say real news. That's real news right there, not that politics slop. But we do have to deal with a few political stories and a few political questions. Donald Trump has declared that the head of the Venezuelan government, Maduro, is a terrorist organization, that his government is a terrorist organization, and he's declared a blockade of sanctioned oil tankers. We will talk about that and what it means for the future of the United States of America in terms of foreign entanglements. That is coming up first. It's 326. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Want to know about a place where European auto repair, easy for me to say, does not feel like European auto repair? Well, might I recommend Eurofix. Not your typical garage. Waiting rooms are clean and comfortable. Service areas are spotless because Eurofix cares about everything from how you're treated to how your vehicle's treated. Every repair comes with a rock-solid 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on repairs Eurofix performs. Plus, they're at below dealer pricing, and you don't have to put up with the dealer prices or get ghosted on a callback, waiting on a callback, which is sadly all too often the case at the dealerships. With the locations in Nashville, Franklin, Belmead, Murfreesboro, and Mount Juliet, we invite you to call 844-EUROFIX. That's 844-EUROFIX. Or go online at myEurofix.com. That's myEurofix.com for our friends at Eurofix. 844-EUROFIX. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for King & Associates. I've been dealing with Emery over at King & Associates, and what a pleasant experience it truly has been. Emery and I talked about our homeowners insurance that we're going to need for the new place down in Mount Pleasant, and we also talked about switching over our auto insurance, and we're going to bundle and save. I'm saving. I'm just telling you from my experience, okay? When I bundled, I'm saving $800 on the bundle alone. Plus, that's on top of the $200 in annual savings that I'm saving from my current auto dealership, or my current auto insurance, I should say. I mean, that's what they get you at King & Associates Insurance. If you're a first-time homeowner or growing family, or you're just shopping for better auto rates, I would encourage you to do all of these things with Emery or any of the rest of the team at King Insurance. King and Associates Insurance, they get it done the right way. I love these guys. They're brand new sponsors to the Matt Murphy Show, and I am now a proud client of T. King and Insurance Company. Go to tkinginsurance.com. That's tkinginsurance.com, or call King and Associates Insurance today, 329-8121, 329-8121, and tell them that Matt Murphy sent you to King and Associates.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic in 5 minutes. And right now, President Trump is set to sign an executive order that reclassifies marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 under federal law. Now, reports say this change recognizes medical use. It lowers restrictions on research, but does not legalize marijuana nationwide. Cannabis businesses could see tax relief and easier banking access. For personal use, marijuana remains illegal federally, though state laws still apply. Here in Nashville, Metro Police say alcohol was a factor in a crash that killed an 11-year-old boy yesterday afternoon. Investigators report Elizabeth Sanchez was driving east on Old Hickory Boulevard when her SUV left the road, traveled 300 yards before hitting a ditch. Sanchez allegedly admitted to drinking beer, showed signs of intoxication. She faces vehicular homicide and child endangerment charges once released from Vanderbilt Medical Center. Wilson County School Board member Donnell Self, who represents Zone 5 and serves on the Ethics Committee, faces indecent exposure charges. A restaurant employee told police Self's zipper was undone and his genitals were visible while ordering food, and a coworker backed up the claim. The employee also alleged a similar incident happened in September. Self reportedly turned himself in after warrants were issued, and he denies the allegations. And right now in our nation's capital, Senate Democrats pressing major tech companies over whether AI data centers are driving up your electric bills. Senators Elizabeth Warren, Chris Van Hollen, and Richard Blumenthal say utilities are spending billions to upgrade grids and passing costs to consumers. They warn some regions have seen rates spike by more than 200%. Here in Tennessee, USA Today reports rates increased more than 12% year over year due to heat and then AI data center expansion. These companies that these senators have written have until January 12th to explain their energy use and utility agreements. That's the latest news, traffic, and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. All right, Hermitage still got this crash blocking the right lane, 40 eastbound before Stewart's Ferry Pike. Now in Smyrna, we've got a stalled vehicle on the right shoulder slowing things down, 24 westbound before Sam Ridley Parkway. Eastbound of 40 is like a parking lot between the downtown split and the eastern split, and it continues all the way over to the airport. It looks like there's some sort of backup involving the airport right now, and eastbound 40 is backed up from the airport all the way to downtown. I'm Ken Weaver.
Have you been wondering what to get that special Second Amendment guy or gal in your life? Well, it's never too late to start thinking about it, and it's never too early to start saving, especially when you visit my friends at the Glock Store and GlockStore.com. As I mentioned, both the store and the website, I do that for a reason, right? The huge Glock Store Christmas sale is currently going on. They have incredible discounts on virtually everything in the store, and there's a lot of things in the store. In fact, so much on sale, the best way to tell you about the deals is to tell you to go to GlockStore.com. But here's the great thing. I understand, because I do it all the time. You go on a website, you see you like things, you go to the store, you forget what you saw on the website, and now you got to print stuff out or whatever. Don't worry about this. Check out the incredible deals on optics, on barrels, on compensators, on magazines, on extensions, on extended controls, and everything else. And once you filled your cart at the Glock Store, check out and choose pick up in store as the shipping option, and you can go to the store. As soon as your order is ready, they'll give you a call, let you know it's time to go and get it, and you can go and get it. You don't have to do the waiting or whatever, and it could not be easier. And you can shop around the store and see if there's anything else that you missed on your holiday list. It's the huge Christmas sale that's going on right now. GlockStore.com and in the Glock Store retail showroom just off of Elm Hill Pike on Airlane Drive. Worth the drive from anywhere. It's the one and only, the incomparable Glock Store. Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy. I want you to think about your hair for just a moment. And I understand that it might be a sensitive subject for some of you, that you might be losing it or you want to get it back and you don't know how. Well, Advanced Hair Restoration has the answer. They have the easiest and guaranteed solutions. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results, and I've seen it with my own eyes. It's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you want them to put hair, where you need it most. Bam, it grows. It's science, friends. Advanced Hair has it all: top-rated doctors, modern technology, and the best of all, you get your own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. They can redefine your hairline at Advanced Hair. They guarantee that it will grow for life. Schedule your free consultation today at 629-348-HAIR, 629-348-HAIR. Let's make a new you in 2026. You qualify, if you qualify, I should say, you can get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Advanced Hair has changed the lives of tens of thousands of people. They can change yours. Go to advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Glad to have you with us. Hey, I was just telling Dan Mandis of Nashville's Morning News. Y'all know Dan Mandis, right? Nashville's Morning News, Dan Mandis. I know Brian Wilson's been in this week. Dan's off. And, we brought goodies today from the Murphy family to our extended radio family. Jackson got some goodies.
I did.
Ken Weaver got some goodies.
Thanks, E.
Chris Hand, I just told Chris that he has a basket of goodies in the green room for he and the kids. He gets a little more because he's got all the carpet crawlers. And I gave Chad some goodies. I gave Belle some goodies. I've got goodies for Sam. Joan has some goodies. We also have goodies for Mason. Dave got goodies. Allison in the corner office Paul got goodies. I think that's about it. And Dan got no goodies. And I asked the question, why no goodies? And I was told because he's not here this week. And so I made a point to tell Chris where his goodies were with Dan on the text message to make sure that he knows that everybody got goodies but him. Is that wrong on me?
It's a little hurtful.
Is that hard? That's hardcore. Well, I said, you were off this week. I don't know what to tell you. He said, that's all good. I said, I don't know that it's all good, Dan. I watched her. She, she made a list, and your name was all scratched out. And there was a frowny face and devil horns. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. 615-737-9986 if you'd like to be a part of the show. 615-737-9986. Donald Trump is speaking to the United States of America tonight. The expectation is he will be talking about the American economy and how he believes that his administration has done its best to improve the economy over the first 11 months or thereabouts of his second term as president of the United States of America. What say you regarding the economy? 615-737-9986. I understand that it's not where we want it to be. I also understand that it takes a little longer than all of that to turn that huge ship of state around. But I would say this. I don't know that I wish that Donald Trump would say this. If I had my way. I would love for Donald Trump to speak directly on the issue of tariffs and explain to the American people that the goal of the tariffs is not to improve the economy in the short term, and recognize that there could be some harm in the short term in the manner in which we're handling these tariffs. At the same time, we have to get our trade balance in order for long-term success for the United States of America, particularly in manufacturing and in all other sectors of our economy. And so you look at the American people and you say, I recognize that we need to do our best for you right now, but we also have to look long term. And sadly, no president before me has been willing to do this. I'm willing to bite the bullet on this and recognize that if we can't use what we have at our disposal to make better trade deals happen right now, the trade deals are just going to continue to be crappy or get worse, and it's going to weaken the American economy as a result. It's going to weaken the American economy as a result. With that in mind, this is why. Explain to the American people why you're doing what you're doing and recognize that what you're doing in the short term is a careful balancing act between what you understand raising tariffs on foreign sourced goods will do to the prices of those goods for the American consumer right now, and how it could potentially harm things like the farming industry, the agricultural industry right now. Because, I mean, that is as plain as day. Denying that is denying reality. But I understand, and I hope you do, that the goal is to get better deals long term to solidify America's place as the number one economy in the world 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now. He's attempting to play the long game that China's been playing against us for some time now. And if we don't get with the program and get a trade balance that's a slightly, not even advantageous, just slightly better in America's favor, the long game is going to destroy us as a nation. I wish that he would say that, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to tell us the economy's going great. I think he's going to tell us that these things take time. That's true. I think he's going to tell us that we're seeing the ship turn around from an economic standpoint. Now, I'm more curious, and I'm curious what he has to say about that. I'm equally curious what he has to say about Venezuela, if anything. The president has now designated the Venezuelan government a terrorist organization in order to complete blockade of sanctioned oil tankers into Venezuela. The president announced the pressure on Venezuela on a Truth Social post yesterday. I'll read it to you today. Venezuela is completely surrounded by the largest armada ever assembled in the history of South America. It will only get bigger, and the shock to them will be like nothing they've ever seen before. Until such time as they return to the United States of America all of the oil, land, and other assets they have previously stolen from us. Trump then went on to argue that the regime of the Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro, whom he finds to be an illegitimate leader, and I don't disagree with that, by the way, is using oil from, quote, stolen oil fields to finance themselves drug terrorism, human trafficking, murder, and kidnapping. For the theft of our assets and many other reasons, including terrorism, drug smuggling, and human trafficking, the Venezuelan regime has been designated a foreign terrorist organization, according to the president. Therefore, today, I am ordering a total and complete blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going into and out of Venezuela. The illegal aliens and criminals that the Maduro regime has sent into the United States during the weak and inept Biden administration are being returned to Venezuela at a rapid pace. America will not allow criminals, terrorists, or other countries to rob, threaten, or harm our nation. And likewise, we will not allow a hostile regime to take our oil, land, or any other assets, all of which must be returned to the United States immediately. This decision came shortly after the United States seized an oil tanker off the coast last week. In addition, Attorney General Pam Bondi said at the time, for multiple years, the oil tanker has been sanctioned by the United States due to its involvement in an illicit oil shipping network supporting foreign terrorist organizations. This seizure, completed off the coast of Venezuela, was conducted safely and securely, and our investigation alongside the Department of Homeland Security to prevent the transport of sanctioned oil continues. My question for you: are you in favor of this? Are you in favor of war with Venezuela? Do you believe that if the Maduro... So this is the reason I say it that way. War, armed conflict, boots on the ground, whatever you want to call it. This president made a name for himself during his first administration getting us out of these foreign entanglements, particularly foreign entanglements in the Middle East, and preventing us from getting further entangled in a growing hostility between Ukraine and Russia. Sadly, because Joe Biden didn't know what day it was, couldn't find his butt with a flashlight and a compass, Sadly, Joe Biden allowed Vladimir Putin to invade the Ukraine, and Donald Trump has no interest in getting involved in that. As a matter of fact, he was trying to eliminate it. He was trying to end that conflict, and he was unable to do so. Wanted to, but couldn't. I give him credit for trying, but could not. Said he could, couldn't. But this seems to be a different deal. Not seems to be, this is a different deal. And if Maduro is toppled by the growing coup in Venezuela, does America have a responsibility to see regime change through based on what they have done to initiate the toppling of that regime? 2390 and 3293 says, why would we go to war? What do you think? What do you think we're preparing for? If I wouldn't suggest we're going to war necessarily, but we most certainly are prepping to send boots down there. Now, I'm trying to keep an open mind about this, but I thought we were taking a respite from nation building, recognizing that it largely does not work. I can believe everything that Donald Trump said about Nicolas Maduro is correct, and I can still not believe that it's in the best interest of the United States of America to send American men and women, soldiers, down to Venezuela to support and be backup for a regime change, which is what's going to happen. Isn't it? Well, 6766 says, oh, well, it's Monroe Doctrine. Well, Monroe Doctrine, where the hell you been with Cuba, man? I mean, is that okay? I'm fascinated with the number of people that were hostile to the idea of us helping Israel out, hostile to the idea of us helping Ukraine out, that are all good because Donald Trump is with the Venezuelan deal. It is fascinating to me how quickly people can turn on this. And largely, I've noticed that the justification is, well, this is in our hemisphere, not their hemisphere. Okay. I'm just interested in where you are on it. 51 after the hour. Let's get them. Let's get the calls in here. Tell me, where are you on this issue? Pro, against, con, whatever? 615-737-9986. It's The Murphy Show. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for Grace Point Healthcare. Modern medicine delivered the old-fashioned way. You heard me correctly. Friends, if you are doing it where you have to present your insurance for getting it on file and all that before you get treated, I'm just going to humbly suggest you're doing it wrong. At Grace Point Healthcare, they are a direct pay primary care provider, which means that the treatment decisions that are made between you and your doctor are truly between you and your doctor. They do not allow the insurance companies to get between yourself and your doctor about those said decisions. Bottom line is this: they want to treat you naturally. They want to get to the root cause of the problem. They don't want to give you a prescription for more pills. They want to make sure that they understand what's going on with you and your body. And that is a partnership between you and your doctor, not a partnership between you and your doctor and your insurance company and your pharmaceutical company and whatever. This is why they do the business the way that they do. Plus, you don't have to wait in long wait times. You don't have to wait a couple of weeks. If you're sick today, you can be seen today or tomorrow at latest, even for new patients. Ask them about the Smart Care Plan, which can be paid through your HSA. 599-6868, 599-6868, located in the heart of Franklin. Modern medicine delivered the old-fashioned way. Folks, it's that time of year where Genesis Diamonds truly does shine. I absolutely love the Genesis concept, the Genesis company, and everything they do for their customers. Go by and see them in Cool Springs. Go by and see them in Green Hills, and you'll see the Genesis difference yourself. Genesis Diamonds is simply the best at what they do. They have the sparkly that you're looking for, friends, at Genesis Diamonds, and I'm here to tell you they've got it available for you at great prices. They've got the Holiday Vault going on, too. The Holiday Vault is a pretty cool concept where they find all of those wonderful holiday goodies that you can't find anywhere else, only at Genesis, and they mark them down 50% during the holiday season. And then you get to come in and you get to check them all out, and you get to find what's good for you and your family, and boom, you've got a 50% savings and that home run gift that your family will love. Plus, don't forget to ask them about their 5 years zero interest plan at Genesis. You truly can afford that home run gift. You don't have to break the bank. Do the math. $3,000 set of beautiful earrings, diamond earrings, for example, is $50 a month. You just divide by 60, and that is your payment on approved credit. Yes, hundreds and hundreds of people are coming in for these deals, and they can handle it. They would love to see you during the holidays. So do not wait until the last second. Men, get in today or this week to Genesis Diamonds, Green Hills, and Cool Springs.
Got big news from Washington regarding marijuana. We'll tell you about it at 4 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I just asked a super texter a stupid question. Ken Weaver, you're on top of these traffic situations.
What is it,
I
Brother
just
Murphy?
got a 3376 writes in and says, 218.3, car in the woods. I'm assuming that's a mile marker.
218 point. Yes, sir.
And I stupidly said 65, and I was like, wait a minute, there is no 218 on 65 in Tennessee. So I guess that would be on I-40.
It would have to be I-40.
I think it would.
Because 24 and 65, they don't go that
They don't go up to 218. So
That's near the airport.
I-40
Yeah.
218.3 would be, thank you, Jackson, a little beyond the airport.
That is what, 40 eastbound is backed up from the airport all the way downtown. And it is indicating complete stop and go.
I cannot imagine. Lord. Lord, look at that, Ken.
Look at that.
That's no good. You know what's nice and green?
24.
65. 65 all the way down to Mount Pleasant.
Well, no, 24 is no longer nice and green, but 65 is.
Hey, Matt, you know what the good news is?
What's that, Jackson?
By 7 o'clock, 40 East going to be nice and green.
Well, that's true, too.
Better
Hey,
knock on wood, boys.
hey, Jackson, I saw your guest bedroom today.
Oh, how was it?
Looking good, buddy.
Is
Looking
there a TV
good.
in there?
Looking good. No, it's outside. It's out back.
They make outdoors TVs.
It's the shed out back. Bigger than I thought. Bigger than I remembered.
Put a TV in there.
Okay.
What if
I'm happy to.
What if it's got big old spiders?
Probably got big old spiders.
Oh, woodpecker, like you did to the woodpecker.
Yeah, woodpecker them.
It's not a good day to talk about the woodpecker with that thing going on at BJ's Hot Chicken. And I want to do it right. It's BJ Hot Chicken.
Yeah, not BJ's.
It's not BJ's Hot Chicken.
BJ Hot Chicken.
It's BJ Hot Chicken. Right down off the square in Lebanon. Looks like it's a great joint.
Is their slogan, it'll blow your lid off?
Jody is next up. Hey, Jody, how are you?
I'm good, Matt. I was just You just mentioned the transformation about it being fascinating from people that were against Ukraine involvement in Israel, and now they're magically, in favor of the Venezuela thing. I actually find it equally fascinating that people who have spent years and years talking about the perils of government management of the economy are all of a sudden saying, well, in the case of President Trump's tariffs, his national import tax, that's different.
Well,
he knows what he's doing, and so it's all about the message tonight.
Hey,
that's what he needs. It's not about the stupid policy.
Jody,
it's about the message.
Jody,
Yeah,
hold
go
on.
ahead.
Hang in there. Hang on, because I want to talk with you. And you seem very excited, and that's good. I'm excited, too. But the music, Jackson threw the music in there, which means Ken's got news to do. But I'll get right to you. Right after the news, we get back to the content. We got another hour to go. We're going to get to all of your calls. Jody and Alan and Robert coming up on Super Talk.
Four o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. And yeah, that crash off in the woods there on 40 eastbound over by the airport, that has it backed up all the way downtown. And it's even impacting everybody going eastbound on 440, hitting 24 westbound to get to 40. That is complete stop and go as well. Got the full forecast. Get you another traffic update here in 5 minutes. Got some big news from Washington. Well, reports say President Trump will sign an executive order that moves marijuana from the strict Schedule 1 category of drugs to Schedule 3. That means the government will acknowledge medical benefits and allow more research. It's a win for the cannabis industry. It eases taxes and banking hurdles. But for everyday users, federal law still prohibits recreational use of marijuana, but state laws are still in charge. Here in Tennessee, a retired police officer who spent a month in jail over a Facebook post quoting President Trump is now suing in federal court. Larry Bushart was arrested in September after posting a meme referencing a Trump comment following a school shooting. Well, News 2 says prosecutors later dropped that charge of threatening mass violence, saying there was no basis for the case. Now Bushart's lawsuit, filed in the U.S. District Court for the Western District in Jackson by the nonprofit Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, claims his First and Fourth Amendment rights were violated. Here in Nashville, a mother will face charges after a deadly crash yesterday afternoon. Police say 49-year-old Elizabeth Sanchez failed to negotiate a curve on Old Hickory Boulevard, sending her SUV 300 yards through a field and into a drainage ditch. Her 11-year-old son, a backseat passenger, died at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. Sanchez, who allegedly admitted to drinking beer, will be arrested for vehicular homicide and child endangerment when she leaves the hospital. The AI boom may be hitting your wallet, and some Americans are sounding off, like this woman who claims her electricity rates in New Jersey have skyrocketed.
If you look at the usage levels on my bill, it's on par with what I did last year and the year before. It's nothing greater or less than, but it went from like $235 to $666. $666.39.
Now, Senate Democrats Elizabeth Warren, Chris Van Hollen, and Richard Blumenthal are investigating if massive data centers powering artificial intelligence are behind rising electricity costs. They've asked Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and others for energy projections and details on grid deals. Here in Tennessee, USA Today reports rates increased, that is, electricity rates increased more than 12% year over year due to the heat of the summer and then AI data center expansion. These companies I just mentioned have until January 12th to explain their energy use and utility agreements per that letter from those lawmakers. President Trump addresses the nation tonight from the Oval Office. That is scheduled for 8 o'clock Middle Tennessee time. Hear it live right here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. All right, drivers, we are still backed up from the airport all the way downtown if you're eastbound 40 because of that crash there before Stewart's Ferry Pike, exit 219. That's also impacting westbound 24 to get to 40 from eastbound 440. And we got a crash on 440 going eastbound right past Nolensville Pike. And if you're northbound 65 to get to the South Loop, that is complete stop and go right there before you get to the South Loop. I'm Ken Weaver.
Back after it, hour number 2, discussing the presidential address, the expected address tonight coming at 8 o'clock Middle Tennessee time, and what we might expect out of that. The president's press secretary, spokesperson, Caroline Leavitt, earlier today indicated that this address would be primarily about the nation's economy, the last 10, 11 months of 2025 and the president's first 10 or 11 months in office and what we expect out of the next 3 years when it comes to economic news. There are some that are suggesting that members of Congress have already been briefed in some remarks that the president might make about Venezuela and our plans there. We're talking about all of that. 615-737-9986. Would love to hear from you. 615-737-9986. You can find us on iHeart, Spotify, TuneIn. Obviously, we have our own app where you can take us wherever you want to go in your with your smartphone or with your laptop. Just type in Supertalk 99.7 WTN. We're also on Talk TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble for you masochists in the listening audience that want to watch me do my gig. 615-737-9986. Jackson, I found that selfie that you took on my phone.
What are you talking about?
Do you do that when people ask you, randos ask you? A buddy of mine learned to do that. If y'all aren't doing this, you need to.
It depends on how many beverages I've had.
Well, a buddy of mine named Kerry Adams does this every time he's asked to take a selfie. And he taught me about it like 3 or 4 years ago. Not a selfie, but a photo with somebody. So if you're out and about and, some random people, I did this at the St. Louis Arch when we were out in St. Louis. Some folks said, would you mind oh, yeah, I'd be happy to take your photo. Absolutely. And you take the best way to do it, if you can, is you take a couple of shots of them and then flip the camera and take a couple of shots of yourself and then flip the camera and take a couple more shots of them. So they're going through. It's like, oh, that one looks nice. Oh, that looks good. Oh, my God, who's that? Just randomly remind them of the fella that took all your pictures for you. Now, take the photo of your face. Don't pull a Donnie Self.
Dan Mandis has been out all week.
He has.
And you said this chicken place was in Lebanon?
Mandis lives in Mount Juliet.
Is it across from the In-N-Out?
Are you asking me if there's a BJ across the street from the In-N-Out?
Yes.
I don't know, Jackson. I don't know. And that is all we're going to say about that.
No, I got one more.
Oh, pardon me.
I hear there's a gas station down the street. It's a Quick Sack.
Uh-huh. Are you done?
I'm done now.
I'm keeping out of it. keep an eye out of it.
Ken's
Ken,
just laughing.
Anything, Ken?
I just do the news, boys. Yeah.
Well, we got this from the news, so.
I mean, right. By the way, Ken is right. He just does the news. But the only reason we're talking about this is it was in the news. I've noticed it's making a lot of the newscast, quite frankly.
Made all of them since I've been in here.
Since I've been here, I've heard it every time. Well, it's not every day that a Wilson County Board of Education member, soon to be ex-Wilson County Board of Education member,
And host of Nashville's Morning News.
Goodness.
These are nasty assertions. These are accusations that must be answered at some point this week. Maybe Dan will come back early on Friday and answer these dastardly accusations you're making against him. Are you suggesting that he's using a nom de plume? You know what that means, Jackson?
Fake name?
Yeah, that's a fancy way of saying fake name. Nom de plume. I think that's right. It's French. French stands for, I'm not going to tell you who I really am.
Well, neither did this fella.
Well, this fella didn't either. He was my name's Donnie. God, come on, I said my real first name. Oh, gosh. I can't think straight with all this cool air on me. Jones. Yeah. Jody, thank you for holding through that frivolity. Now, Jody wanted to talk about the very important issue of tariffs, and he was making a comparison between the war angle that some are making toward Venezuela and the suggestion that nobody wanted to go to war in the Middle East with the issue of tariffs. And, Jody, I understand exactly where you're coming from. I mean, tariffs are taxes. There's no question about that.
Yes. And is there any part of this policy that's been rolled out that doesn't remind you of the classic Democrat big government sales job that they do? First, you declare a fake emergency, and you, of course, have bought into that. I heard you say earlier that the world's been running circle, or something like our economy's got to be built for the long term. You realize how long these protectionist goobs have been saying that for 60 years? That America's economy is the worst, and we have slave labor, and we're going down the tubes. It's the exact same stuff that Bernie Sanders says every time he wants America to have Medicare for all, or AOC says about climate change. They all say the same thing you did earlier, which is, it's not the policy's fault. The American people will appreciate it. It's for the long term. It's for their own
I didn't say any of that. I didn't say any of that crap, buddy.
You said Trump has a messaging problem.
Jody, I'll speak for me and you speak for you. Is that fair?
Go ahead. Sure.
Is that fair?
Yes.
Did you say yes? I'm trying hard to hear you,
Yes,
Jody.
I
didn't have any trouble hearing you when you were accusing me.
Yes.
All right. Do you believe that I agree with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders?
No, but you're making the exact
No.
same
Did you say
argument
no?
that they
Excuse me.
do.
Did you say no, Jody?
No.
You didn't say no.
No, I'm saying yes.
Okay,
I don't think
very good.
you agree with them. Agree.
Thank you, Jody. Okay, Jody, is it the role of the President of the United States of America to engage and negotiate in trade agreements?
Well, with authorization from Congress and with underneath, and not to declare fake emergency.
I didn't say
by executive order.
I didn't.
No,
why are you saying all the rest of this stuff? I'm just asking you a yes or no question.
Okay. No, I don't. It's Congress' job.
So you do not believe that it is the President of the United States' job to negotiate these trade agreements and then bring them back to Congress for approval?
It's literally laid out in Article 1.
Right. It's literally laid out that it is the executive's job to negotiate, and it's Congress's job to approve.
Are you serious? You want to go read the Constitution?
Listen to what I'm
saying.
saying.
Power to tax.
No. Listen to what you're not listening, Jody. It is literally the job of the executive to negotiate and bring them back to Congress for approval.
And did he do that?
No, I'm asking you about the role of the president. Jody, if you want to argue, if you want to argue, we can argue. If you want to talk, we can talk. You're very angry at me for some reason, and I don't know why. Am I your friend or your enemy, Jody?
Who am I supposed to vote for now? That's why I'm angry. Who am I supposed to vote for?
I don't give a crap who you vote for, Jody. Vote for whoever you want. I don't care if you ever vote again.
There's no options. You and the rest of the Mayberry caucus,
dude,
sure that
you're going to need, Jody, you're going to need to understand something. My name is Matt Murphy. I don't speak for a single other human being on planet Earth, and I don't expect them to speak for me.
Okay,
Is that fair?
it's fair.
I mean, I
So
could.
what did
I
you
could,
say about
I
Trump
could,
earlier?
I
Did
could.
you
I
say
could
he has a
lump-
messaging problem
because
or not?
But you understand how you're not going to have a productive conversation when you suggest. I mean, I could suggest that you sound like a lot of other people that you aren't either. But you're Jody. I'm talking to Jody. I'm not talking
I
to
know.
anyone else.
Matt, it was just my way to illustrate the kind of argument.
It's your way to piss me off, Jody, is what it is. I mean, why are you beginning a conversation?
I'm sorry I called you out on your
No.
hypocrisy.
You're not calling
of
me out on
spending
anything.
decades
It is the
arguing for
president.
smaller government.
No.
And now you're all in favor of it because it's Trump. Because he's a miracle worker in your book, in your audience's book. So now,
Jody,
you're just all about it.
I'm arguing against Donald Trump when it comes to Venezuelan intervention. And you
What about
suggest,
tariffs?
but you say I don't agree that Donald
What about-
Trump's handled
what
the
about taxes.
I don't agree that Donald Trump's handled the tariff situation as he should. I started the show by saying I wish he would do it this way, but he won't. Didn't you hear me?
You said you wish
Didn't
he
you
would
hear
say
me?
that this is a long-term benefit, that the pain is going to be here now. You didn't say anything about the policy. You said it's about the message.
You
It's
understand?
so ridiculous.
You understand that we are trading on slave labor goods from China.
No,
and
we're
that,
not.
And that,
No, we're not. Go ahead and say, yeah, that's
Jody,
what
if you don't want to have,
everybody's
if
been saying
you want to
for 50
interrupt,
years.
if you
People
want to
have been
interrupt me,
saying
and
that for
if you don't want to have a,
5 decades.
if you don't want to have a conversation, that's fine. No. This dynamic has changed in the last 30 years. If you don't understand that, then you don't understand economic policy with China. It's changed since 1991.
Is that who we're supposed to emulate now, China?
No.
Is that who our long-term strategy should be pointed at?
China
being
is our geopolitical foe
just
on the
like
globe.
Bernie
Jody.
Sanders. Sounds just like Bernie Sanders.
Bernie
he is.
Sanders is a
He
buddy.
wants us to copy China in so many ways, and so do you. it sounds like.
Jody.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders is a buddy of China. Bernie Sanders loves totalitarian communist government. That's what he wants America to become. You understand that, right?
And you're praising their economy.
No, I'm
So
not.
who's
No,
different?
I'm saying we need to fight against what they're doing to us based on their slave labor economy. I'm arguing against the Red Chinese, Jody.
And so you're saying that's a new development, that just started happening the last few years, and now it's an emergency that President
Would you
Trump needs
please,
to
for
address
the
with
love of God,
taxes
stop
on
saying?
every country.
Would you, for the love of God, stop saying what I'm saying? I'm saying what I'm saying. You're saying something different and claiming that I'm saying it. This has been going on for 30 years. Since the early 1990s, our trade policy has significantly changed with regard to trade in China, and it is exacerbated.
Yes, and our economy has run circles around the rest of the globe since then. For 30 years, we are the envy of the world.
China's economy has grown in comparison to the American economy over the last over the last.
In your fixed pie mentality, that's a bad thing that they're growing.
Jody, do you want to have a productive conversation, or do you just want to be an a-hole?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Ooh, what is that? What is that? Why are you being a kid? Why are you being a child? We can have a productive conversation and disagree.
I know. I'm sorry.
You should be sorry, Jody, because you're being an a-hole. And you don't. If you want to have a discussion, let's have a discussion.
Okay, can I just ask you this, Matt?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I just
congratulations.
No. I don't want to. I don't want to win. I don't want to win anything. I want to have a conversation about trade agreements with other nations.
Okay.
And making trade agreements with other nations that are of benefit to the United States of America.
Can you tell me why there are tariffs on every country in the world?
No, there shouldn't be tariffs on anything. We should not have tariffs on anything.
Are you kidding me? That's the baseline tariff.
No, we should have
minimum.
No, we shouldn't have tariffs on anything. We should have no taxes whatsoever.
I didn't say that. I just asked you.
Jody, did I say you said that? Then why did you say I didn't say that? I didn't say you said that. I said that.
So you're saying that we shouldn't have tariffs on anything?
We shouldn't have taxes on anything.
Well, that's great. So what's with the Trump worship then? If you really
you're the one that says I worship Trump. I don't.
Well, you signed on the show today saying Trump should talk about tariffs tonight.
I signed on the I signed on the show saying this is what I wish he would say, but he's not going to say this. That's what I said. And you called me and said that
Well,
I was a
what's the
Trump
difference?
worshiper.
And what did I just say? What's the difference? I just said, you said he's not going to say it, but Trump should say that the tariffs are going to be short-term painful.
Yeah, that is
but in the
called
long run,
a
this is
disagreement.
good for
That
everybody.
I wish the president would do this. He's not. I disagree. I wish he would do the other thing. That's called a
but your
disagreement with the
other
president of the
thing
United
is not
States of America.
your other advice is not to scrap the tariff policy. Your other advice is to sell it more and tell them it's going to be a little bit painful.
My
long run.
suggestion is that if we don't have a better trade balance with our trade partners around the globe, that you don't understand that our trade imbalance has destroyed manufacturing in the United States of America?
Manufacturing has kept going up forever. What are you talking about? Have you not heard?
Jody,
by
let me write this down.
2030
Let me write this down. This is a
how is
brilliant.
this
No,
possible?
Jody, stop for a second. I got to write it down. Brilliant analysis. Manufacturing has gone up forever. Is that what you said?
I'm sorry, Matt. I don't have a graph in front of me that I can display.
No,
on
no.
your
I'm just
screen.
asking you. Is that your position that United States of America's manufacturing industry has gone up forever?
Manufacturing output in the United States has gone up forever. Your problem is with machines.
No,
Manufacturing
Jody.
output. Yeah.
What I'm telling you is that the trade imbalances that we're seeing, based on the different way that we do things in America versus the way that China, for example, as an example, does their trade and engages in production of goods and services. And yeah, I mean, it is a reality that they engage in slave-like labor. So the playing field is not a level one when it comes to trade agreements with the Red Chinese. I'm not suggesting we should be more like them. I'm suggesting that we should recognize how they do their business and adjust our trade agreements accordingly. Otherwise, we're going to continue to see manufacturing go down in the United States of America, and we're going to continue to see Americans suffer as we become more of a service-oriented economy rather than a production-based economy.
So now do the other 120 countries that Trump put tariffs on. You don't have an answer for that.
No, I have. I've given you 20 minutes, Jody. I've given you 20 minutes, Jody. 20 minutes.
Great. Yeah, I appreciate that. I really do.
I mean, I'm glad you're so angry at me for no reason.
I'm not. I'm not. Angry
whatever.
at you.
Well, don't throw a rock and hide your hand, Jody. Just
why would I
own it.
hide? What am I scared of? You pretend like I'm scared of something. What are you talking about?
Well,
I'm just trying to
be what I mean. Just. Yeah, I mean, you come on here, you act like a jerk. You telling me that I'm all these other people, and then you start apologizing for it. Why are you apologizing?
I tell you are a bunch. I said you sound. I mean, I'm sorry, Matt. When people make points, it's just the quickest way to make the point. I'm sorry, but I
have made the point that over the line, you couldn't hurt my feelings if you wanted to, Jody. I'm making. Yeah, I'm positive. I'm 100% sure.
It sounds like it.
I'm 100% sure, Jody. You don't matter to me. You have to matter to me. You have to matter to me. No.
Talk about it.
I'm trying to educate. Listen. I'm trying to educate Jody. I'm trying to educate you on this, and I tried to educate you on how the American manufacturing industry has suffered as a result of the trade imbalance that we see overseas, and you don't have any answer for that.
Yes, I do. Point to me where the suffering is in America. Point to it.
Ohio, Michigan. I mean,
and they're moving down here. For every Ohio city, there's a Chattanooga. For every Michigan city, there's a Greenville, South Carolina.
What, right? Because we're engaging in favorable trade agreements with the Germans. We're engaging in favorable trade agreements with the Koreans. And those agreements are far better balanced than our agreements with the Chinese, which was my entire point to begin with.
So why do we still have tariffs on the other 120 countries?
I don't know, Jody. Why do we?
Cricket. It's a revenue
Jody,
grab.
I'm asking you, why do we?
And you're completely okay with it. It's a revenue grab. You're okay with it, too. You're like, whatever,
Jody,
Trump
Jody,
said,
I gave you my position on tariffs and taxes. I want zero taxes and zero tariffs.
Unless Trump says differently.
No, Jody. I want zero taxes and zero. No, I don't. I existed long before Donald Trump, and I will exist long after Donald Trump, Jody. How about you? You don't have anybody else to vote for.
I know. I agree. That's why I'm so angry, because I really don't. This is what
Well, I don't understand why you're angry at me.
I know. I shouldn't take it out on you. I think about it all the time, and and you are the one I listen to. So I truly am sorry I took it out on you. But
I don't care.
It's just
I
frustration
don't
with
care
the
whether you're
over-
sorry
I
or
know, I
not.
know.
I really don't.
Of course.
I really don't. Goodbye. 26 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. If you're looking for that perfect Christmas gift for the adventurer in your life, I would suggest to you an introductory flight experience from Tennessee Flight Training. Whether it's a special someone in your life that dreams of aviation, or maybe it's you, Tennessee Flight Training says the skies are calling. Meet and fly with a certified instructor from any of their 3 Middle Tennessee locations, Nashville B&A Airport, Murray County Regional, or Shelbyville Municipal. Step inside of the aircraft and learn to fly on your very first day. The aviation industry is facing a pilot shortage. Have you thought about becoming a pilot? I understand that it can seem like it's a far-off dream, but the reality is this. With a number of flight hours, you can, yes, become a pilot yourself, and you're never too old or too young to learn to fly. Take advantage of this introductory flight experience and save $100 when you purchase an introductory flight with Tennessee Flight Training before December 24th. Book your next adventure, tnflighttraining.com, or call 615-366-9192, 366-9192. Tennessee Flight Training. The skies are calling. Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy, and Uncle Bud's Catfish, Chicken, and Such is just delicious Southern cooking. If you've got kids, Uncle Bud's is the perfect place for a family meal. As a matter of fact, is today Wednesday? Is today Wednesday? Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Kids eat free on Wednesday, y'all.
Woo!
Jackson, you do not count. It is a big deal for big kids and little kids, 12 and under, Jackson, and I think they'll ID you. We're not skimping either. The meal comes with a drink and ice cream, no hidden cost. Maybe I could get you in there, Jackson. I'll try it. Just come in, relax, and let them do all the work. Let them cook all the great fixins and the delicious catfish and chicken and such. So, Uncle Bud's has the perfect combo pack for your family if you're looking for on-the-go food. Uncle Bud's Buds Catfish and Such is known for their fresh, grain-fed, pond-raised catfish and their blue ribbon fried chicken. They're located in Donaldson. Get them online or stop by and see them tonight for a delicious meal. It's the one and only Uncle Bud's.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic in 5 minutes. President Trump reportedly will sign an executive order to reclassify marijuana as a Schedule III drug as soon as today. The move signals a major shift in federal policy, opening doors for medical research and reducing burdens on cannabis businesses. However, it stops short of full legalization. Personal use still illegal under federal law, so state regulations continue to govern what's allowed. Here in Tennessee, an 18-year-old Dixon man is charged with first-degree murder after his ex-girlfriend was fatally shot last night. Police say Hunter Jackson met the 17-year-old victim in a Kroger parking lot before the shooting near Highway 70 and Hensley Drive. She was rushed to TriStar Skyline Medical Center but did not survive. Jackson was arrested later in White Bluff and is being held on a $3 million bond. Larry Bushart, a retired officer, jailed for a Facebook meme quoting President Trump, has filed a federal lawsuit. He spent a month in the Perry County Jail for allegedly threatening school violence. Then charges were dismissed after media started reporting about it. Bushart's lawsuit, filed in the U.S. District Court for the Western District in Jackson by the nonprofit Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, claims his First and Fourth Amendment rights were violated. And here in Nashville, a woman faces charges after a crash Tuesday afternoon killed her 11-year-old son. Investigators say 49-year-old Elizabeth Sanchez was driving a GMC Yukon East on Old Hickory Boulevard when she missed a curve and went off the road. The SUV traveled through a field before hitting a drainage ditch with no signs of braking. Sanchez allegedly admitted to drinking beer and will be arrested on vehicular homicide and child endangerment charges once released from the hospital. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. .40 eastbound is still backed up from near the airport to all the way downtown, all the way to downtown from that earlier crash. Now, we've got a crash on the left shoulder that is slowing 440 eastbound past Nolensville Pike, and in Hermitage, got a crash reported now. Old Hickory Boulevard, they're just south of Central Pike. Bellevue, an injury wreck, Highway 70 southwest of Sawyer Brown Road. And in Madison, a crash on the right shoulder, 65 southbound at Old Hickory Boulevard. I'm Ken Weaver.
You know, the time is coming where 2026 will roll around and those insurance premiums will go up. And I don't want it to happen to you, but it probably will unless you take my advice and call Shane Ring at Cover Dash. You can go to coverdash.com to find out more. Coverdash.com. Shane is there for you. He's available. He's busy this time of year, but never too busy to take a call from you and never too busy to go over your current health insurance situation and find out what is right for you, what's not right for you, and how we can help keep those premiums down for 2026. You don't have to play by Washington's rules. Shane Ring at CoverDash can help you cut your cost by 40 to 60%, keep any doctor, keep any hospital, and skip the government red tape. If you're self-employed, uninsured, or just tired of paying too much, call 615-465-0023. 465-0023. Tell them I sent you to Cover Nash or online at CoverDash.com. Cover Nash, real health coverage managed by you, not by the government. Super Talk 99.7 WTN 438, almost 4. Oh, it is 439. It just changed.
It's almost 440.
It's coming, kid. If we listen to this, hey, this music, while not a part of the Peanuts classic, reminds me kind of that. You know, they almost didn't go with that jazz soundtrack. The
Really?
CBS executives hated it.
Really?
Yeah. And luckily, you know what they also didn't go with? I learned a lot of facts. I was up late last night packing books, and I was watching. Instead of studying trade policy between the United States of America and China, which I should have been doing, Jody, and I apologize. But instead of doing that, I was watching, like facts you didn't know about the Peanuts Christmas special.
Yeah.
CBS was convinced that it was going to flop. It was going to absolutely flop. Charles Schultz, two things. Actually, just three things. He refused to allow them to have a laugh track. That was number one. Mm-hmm. That they wanted, because everything had a laugh track back then. He said no.
I agree with him there.
100% no. Number two, he would not allow them to use adults to play the kids.
Yeah, all they did was go womp, womp, womp,
Right.
womp, womp,
Well, no,
womp.
he didn't want adult actors
I
voicing.
got you. Okay, yeah.
Voicing the children. All those were children, real children.
Yes, sir.
And number three, and most importantly, and this is something I didn't know, and we'll get back to your calls. He insisted the Linus story of the birth of Jesus speech stay
sir.
in there. They
Yes,
didn't
sir.
want it in there. They thought it was too religious.
Really?
And he insisted that it stay in there as
Good
it
for
was
him.
written. And I never knew this. If y'all watch Peanuts Christmas this year, in the entire show, Linus will not give up his blanket.
No, sir.
He loves his blanket. There is one moment in that show that he drops his blanket. And it's when he's delivering the Christmas speech, and he says, and the Lord said to them, be not afraid.
Yes, sir.
And when he says, be not afraid, he dropped his blanket. And Charles Schultz said, that is the point of the story.
And that is the reason for the season.
Amen, brother. Amen. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Hope Merry Christmas, including Jody. Jody,
Yes, sir.
have a Merry Christmas
Yes, sir.
and a Happy New Year. Let's see who is next. I think Alan's been holding on for a long time. Hey, Alan.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well, Alan. How are you?
Well, I hate having to follow up after he got you all riled up there, but
Oh, I'm
think
good.
he's,
Brother, I'm all. I promise you, I'm all good.
I think Jody's got some anger issues going on there.
I do. Well, I do too. But after 25 years, it just kind of rolls off my back, and I move on. And by the way, and I know. Can I say this real quick, Alan? I know that some people hate it when I get all mad, and for those of you that get all uncomfortable, I'm sorry, but anyway. Go ahead, Alan.
Oh no, I thought it was pretty entertaining, honestly. But I was going to talk about the economy, but also wanted to say something about Venezuela. I don't think we'll end up going to war with Venezuela. I don't think it'll come to that. I think what you're going to see over the next few days and weeks is the neighboring states starting to apply a lot of pressure on them. American presence in that region, doesn't bode well for the neighboring states, and they don't want those problems. And, it disrupts, free trade through the Panama Canal and all that. So I don't think it'll come down to any of that. And now I do support, blasting fentanyl dealers out of the water. So, there's that. But in regards to, the economy, tariffs are becoming an issue. Can of coffee's $15. That's a example of consequence passed to the consumer, things like that. But dollar for dollar, the Americans' problem is taxes. Taxes are our biggest financial burden, dollar for dollar. When you look at the amount of taxes that are, withheld from people's income, property taxes, business taxes, it all adds up. I think I did the math on my income alone, and I think about 58% of my income overall went to some form of taxes. And the Congress knows this. Everybody knows this. It's not a secret. And the American people, we don't want tax deductions. We want taxes gone. Period. I'm with you. I don't support having taxes on income and tariffs and things like that, but I think that the economy is going to stay a little stagnated if we don't do something about taxes. It is people's biggest financial burden. It's what's making things unaffordable. When you talk about farmers, people ask the question, why do farmers need a bailout? Well, Tennessee's home to about 60-something thousand farms. And I know a lot of farmers. And if you go talk to any of them and ask them what their biggest financial burdens are, they're going to tell you taxes, diesel, and the hundreds of regulations that govern their industry that make it hard to bring a product, to market. And all of that is, put on us by Republicans and Democrats, unfortunately. And America's never going to get the relief that you need.
Well, the same Americans, I would say, and I agree that our burden, our tax burden, and and I understand that tariffs are taxes that are designed to change behavior. And some would argue that that's not the government's role, and I understand that. But we have to stop buying from China. If we do not stop buying from China, we're going to continue down that road. But that said, I would agree with you, Alan. But the problem is the same people that are burdened with the taxes that we pay on a regular basis are addicted to the level of government spending that we've become accustomed to, and we have to accept a decrease in government spending before we could expect a decrease in taxes.
True, but we also need to have a conversation around the 50% of Americans who don't pay any taxes.
I agree.
That's become a big burden on us as well. We're half the country subsidizing the other half, and that's become a big burden too. That's why I'm a fan of taxes on goods and services. I think if you do that, you turn everybody into a taxpayer.
I'm a big believer in the fair tax, which is a national consumption-based tax. I believe that fair tax would eliminate a lot of these discussions, and it would actually eliminate tariff discussions as well, because you wouldn't have to have tariffs with a fair tax as a basis for the American economy.
And to juice that up for the lefties out there, you're always talking about millionaires and billionaires not paying their fair share, well, because they have all these places that they can hide their money and make tax deductions. Well, the one thing that they can't get away from is goods and services. So dollar for dollar, you'll end up actually getting more from them. So it makes sense. But
I would encourage. Great call, Alan. Thank you for making it. I appreciate it. I would encourage those that aren't familiar with the consumption-based tax called the fair tax to become familiar with it. It wrests way too much power and control from the K Street lobbyist. It wrests way too much control from the bureaucracy, and so most believe that it would never happen because it is complex to understand the concept of embedded taxes, to understand the concept of businesses raising the price of goods and services based on the amount of taxes that those companies or corporations are going to have to pay because they don't truly pay them. They pass them along to the consumer, which is the exact same concept of tariffs, that if you charge China X, Y, or Z on their good, they're going to pass that cost along to the consumer. The idea is that you can change consumer behavior and elevate American-based companies in doing so. Now, I understand the argument, not that Jody was making it, but I can understand the argument and get it that it is not the role of government to change American behavior. I would sadly say that we've become a nation of ice cream eaters, however. We want to eat ice cream as opposed to eat our peas and eat our broccoli. And in doing so, we are damaging the American economy in the long term, my opinion. And you're doing so because of a trade imbalance that exists because the rules don't apply to everybody. Not only are nations like China using slave-like labor, they also use our own technology against us. They take the American innovation spirit, they steal it, they turn it into their own cheap brand of said product, and they sell it back to us at a reduced cost. So instead of buying those American products through the American intellectual innovation, most Americans are buying it from China because it's cheaper. Once again, ice cream economy. There is news coming out of Washington, D.C., breaking moments ago that we want to tell you about. 48 minutes after 4 o'clock, Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Back to calls in a moment. From FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino on his X Machine handle. Bongino writes, I will be leaving my position with the FBI in January. I want to thank President Trump, AG Bondi, and Director Patel for the opportunity to serve with purpose. Most importantly, I want to thank you, my fellow Americans, for the privilege to serve you. God bless America and all those who defend her. That is from Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino. That does not give me a lot of faith in the leadership of the Attorney General of the United States of America. A person that I think is, in Donald Trump's second term, clearly the worst hire that he made, and I would love to see a change in the new year at the top. I think Kash Patel has done an adequate job. I believe that the Attorney General of the United States of America is out in front of her skis and needs to be replaced. 615-737-9986. Let's get to Trent real quick. Hey, Trent, how are you?
Hey, Matt. I'm really looking forward to President Trump's speech tonight. I think the whole speech is going to be about this past Sunday. He said he's got truckloads of evidence that the 2020 election was stolen. So after 5 years of waiting, he's going to finally present all that information to us tonight, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I mean, we all know the 2020 election was rigged and stolen. He's told us 10 million times. So that's what the whole thing tonight is about. What else could it be about? That's got to be the biggest news ever.
Well, maybe it is. Let's. Maybe.
Do you think he?
I'm sorry, Trent.
Maybe he was lying all this time.
I'm sorry, Trent. Maybe it will be about that. Who knows? Let's all tune in at 8:00 tonight, Middle Tennessee time, and find out.
Do you think he was lying? Do you think he was lying?
Do I believe that the president of the United States was lying about the 2020 election cycle?
Yeah, he wouldn't. He
I have.
He wouldn't lie about that. I mean,
Trent, do you want to?
President Trump,
Trent,
he never lies.
Would you like an answer?
Are you one of these MAGA idiots that believes everything?
No, Trent. Would you like? No. Would you like an answer?
Yeah, lay out some of your BS.
No. Well, ask the question again. What's your question?
Yeah, was the 2020 election rigged and stolen?
Was the by whom?
By whoever. We all know Trump really won it, right?
For example, in the state of Pennsylvania, they rigged the election to count illegal votes.
Who won
yes,
the 2020?
100%.
Who won the 2020 election?
100%. Joe Biden was president of the United States. He won.
No, who won the election?
I just answered your question. Are you listening?
Who won the election?
Haven't
we played this game already?
Joe Biden
won the election?
That's what I said. I answered your question. How hard is this? What are you expecting out of me, Trent? I think you called somebody else, buddy. Because you didn't I mean, you called me. I mean, you think you pretend like these are traps. These are easy, bro.
Being that you believe Biden won.
Yes.
How do you explain the fact that
Biden won because states changed election rules in the middle of the game to count votes that should not have been counted. Georgia did it. Pennsylvania did it. Wisconsin did it. Michigan did it.
What about the Italian satellites?
What about them? I'm not talking about them. I'm answering your question. If you
what about
Trent,
what about all the Dominion voting machines?
Trent, Dominion voting machines were not rigged. That's a baloney Bravo Sierra argument. I'm answering your question. Trent, if you want to learn, I'm trying to answer your question, but you don't want me to. See, you don't want to have a discussion.
What about the millions of illegals that voted?
What about them? They shouldn't. Illegal aliens did vote in California. Most certainly they did. Illegal aliens voted in Michigan. Illegal aliens voted in Pennsylvania. Right. Most certainly they did. In states,
if it weren't for all the illegals voting, Trump would have won.
Yes,
right?
That's you saying that. I didn't say that. That's you saying that.
If Trump told you the moon was made of cream cheese, you'd believe it,
Why?
right?
No. I'm answering your questions. I'm not giving you the answers that you want, but you have the seminar caller list, and you continue to go down the little talking points, and they don't work when I'm not answering the questions in the fashion that you think I'm going to answer them, Trent. You got to be better at this, man. You're not very good at it.
What's it like being in a cult?
I'm not in a cult, Trent.
3 or 4 years from now, which will be more socially acceptable? Saying you supported MAGA or saying that you were a member of Al-Qaeda? I think it'll be a close tie.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
But you'll be one of these guys going, no, I never supported Trump and MAGA. I never bought into that nonsense.
No, I've supported
right?
I've supported Donald Trump since he came down the escalator, Trent.
Yeah, I know. But
what do you support?
I support calling clowns like you and busting your balls for your nonsense.
Okay, good. Well, I mean, you're making a fool of yourself, but that's okay. I take all callers, Trent.
You'll be hearing a lot from me.
I take all callers, Trent. I mean, no, come on. I mean, I love it, Trent. I'm here for the game. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Just be better next time. You got to be better than this. When I answer a question, in a way that you're not expecting, you've got to be able to pivot. You can't keep with the seminar talking points. If you do that, you sound like the moron that you are. Thank you. 55 after the hour on Super Talk. I have a theory that Trent is Jody's brother, and he only called me to make Jody sound smarter. What do y'all think? I think he did his job, if that was his motivation. Hey, friends, I'll tell you what my motivation was to go to the Wellness Institute of Nashville, and it was to achieve a pain-free life. Folks, I got to tell you, Dr. Mitchell surprises me on a regular basis because he's constantly innovating and he's bringing new technologies to the table in Middle Tennessee to help alleviate your pain with no surgery, no spinal injection, and no painkillers, and no downtime. And he's done it again with a hydro wave therapy. The hydro wave is insane. I mean, it's incredible, folks. They've done it again. They've got the newest and greatest healing machine. It stimulates stem cells for cellular healing, repair, and restoration with no surgery, no needles, no injections. This, along with spinal decompression, is the best you'll ever find to alleviate that pain. First and only office in the state of Tennessee to have this new device is right here with our own Wellness Institute of Nashville. They have my seal of approval, and I want you to go to the Wellness Institute. Call today at 615-246-5009, 246-5009, or online at painisbad.com. Painisbad.com for the Wellness Institute of Nashville.
5 o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic in 5 minutes. Dan Bongino stepping down as FBI Deputy Director. He announced he'll leave the Bureau in January after less than a year in the role. Bongino thanking President Trump and others for their support during his tenure. Reports say he plans to return to conservative media early next year. Marijuana may soon drop from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 under a Trump executive order that reports say could be signed as soon as today. That means fewer restrictions for scientists and some relief for cannabis companies. But don't mistake this for legalization because it is not. Recreational users will still rely on state law because federal law has not changed on personal possession. And right now in Middle Tennessee, Dixon police have arrested 18-year-old Hunter Jackson for the murder of his 17-year-old ex-girlfriend. Investigators say the teen was shot after getting into Jackson's car and trying to jump out near a traffic light. Officers responded to reports of a crash and found the victim critically wounded. Jackson is in the Dixon County Jail with bond set at $3 million. An 11-year-old boy is dead and his mother faces charges after a single vehicle crash yesterday on Old Hickory Boulevard in Nashville. Police say Elizabeth Sanchez lost control of her GMC Yukon around 3:30, crashing through a fence and into a ditch. Sanchez told medical staff she had consumed alcohol, according to police, and then officers say they noted an odor of alcohol at the scene. She remains hospitalized with serious injuries and will be arrested upon discharge. Nick Reiner, the son of Rob and Michelle Reiner, was in court today for a brief hearing related to the murder of his parents. We get more from Tim Caputo of KABC.
Those who did get a glimpse of him, they described him as showing very little to no emotion, answering questions quietly when the judge asked anything of him. He was wearing kind of a blue vest, often described as a suicide prevention smock, something with a kind of thicker material where you can't rip off pieces to potentially create some sort of rope or anything to harm yourself.
Now, the hearing was short as his attorney, Alan Jackson, asked for a formal arraignment to take place on January 7th. There's not much time to get some packages shipped to loved ones for the holidays for UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. Today is the last day to get Christmas gifts shipped in time when using ground shipping. After today, only priority mail or expedited shipping will get packages to their destinations before Christmas Day. President Trump will address the nation tonight at 8 o'clock, Middle Tennessee time from the White House. The primetime speech expected to highlight accomplishments over the past year and outline priorities for the next 3 years, and you can hear it live right here on Supertalk 99.7 WTN. That's the latest news, traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Hermitage got a crash, Old Hickory Boulevard, south of Central Pike. Then Woodbine, Thompson Lane, just east of Nolensville Pike. Checking the interstates here, we've got Clarksville. Highway Patrol reporting a crash 24 eastbound after Rossview Road. That's exit 8. Then in Hermitage, right shoulder blocked by a crash. Still working that one, 40 eastbound at Stewart's Ferry Pike. Fairview, a crash 840 westbound near Highway 100. And then in Bellevue, we've got an injury crash. This is going to be Highway 70 south, just west of Sawyer Brown Road. I'm Ken Weaver.
Man, oh man, where's the time gone? 5:07. Good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Matt Murphy. It's been a lively broadcast thus far. The Murphy Show continues on Supertalk 99.7 WTN. I've enjoyed the telephone conversations, and we're going to keep that going at 615-737-9986. Would love to hear from you on the Super Text line as well. You can hit us up in the chat room. If you're on the YouTube chat, that is a crazy place, unmonitored and unfiltered. Absolutely your call as to how much you get into over there, because I got no idea what's going on. It's like a wild party, and there's no hall monitors on the YouTube chat. One way or the other, we'd love to hear from you. 615-737-9986. All of us anticipating Donald Trump's speech tonight, which is expected to be economic in nature for the most part. In the middle of all of this, we've ordered, or we, as in the United States of America, through Donald Trump, has ordered a complete and total blockade of oil tankers into Venezuela, calling those illegal actions based on the sanctioned nature of the oil that they are carrying. In the meantime, breaking news happening in the last hour, Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino has announced that he will be leaving his role as Deputy FBI Director as of January. I don't know what it means. I think there will be a lot of quote-unquote influencers and podcasters and people in those. We have a lot of people in those spaces that claim that they know exactly what's about to happen or what's about to go on. I mean, Tucker Carlson is a good example. And look, I used to love Tucker. Tucker was my go-to number one guy on Fox News. I don't really have one anymore. I mean, the only thing that I watch with any level of regularity on Fox News anymore is Gutfeld. I'll have him on in the evenings as I'm reading or doing, believe it or not, show research or whatnot. But Tucker, has in some ways he's gotten on over the target. In some ways, he's completely gone off the rails. Sadly, I believe it's more off the rails than not. But I mean, even he earlier today was like, "I have it on good authority. I've been told that Donald Trump's going to announce war with Venezuela tonight." Okay, and what happens when that doesn't happen? Tucker just goes about his business and says, "Oh, well, I had a source that told me that. I don't know what." That's what he says. Because I have it on good authority that he's declaring war tonight. And he's scaring the hell out of people on social media platforms and getting them all ginned up. I don't know if Donald Trump's going to declare war or not. I seriously doubt that. Now, do I believe that we're moving down the road toward boots on the ground in Venezuela to protect some level of regime change and nation building? Yes. Do I think that's a bad idea? Yes. Do I think we can prevent communist encroachment in the Western Hemisphere in different ways, a la the Monroe Doctrine? Yes. I think there are other ways to do it. I do not believe that the United States of America should engage in activity that is going to increase the likelihood that we get into other and foreign entanglements, whatever you want to call them. War, military operations, military actions, or whatever. That said, I believe that Donald Trump's address to the nation tonight will be more economic in its nature. Donald Trump, I believe, is trying to reset where we are from an economic standpoint. And frankly, I don't want to hear from mainstream media apparatus that gave Joe Biden a complete and total pass regarding the poop show that the economy was for the last 4 years. Now, I understand that Donald Trump inherited a broken thing, and it is Donald Trump's job to fix it. That's what we hired him to do. And so I don't want to hear a lot of excuse making, although I think it is valid and fair for him to say it's going to take a little more time than we have been given. This is the entire way that we got into the tariff talk that led to the call with Jody last hour. And if you heard it, well, you heard it. And if you didn't, you can go back and listen. The entire idea is that tariffs have stymied economic progress in the short term. I agree with that because tariffs are taxes. My point was that Trump believes, whether you believe it or not, Jody, is up to you. Trump believes that it is in the long-term interest of the United States of America to right the trade imbalance that currently exists between the United States and other nations and to get America in a better position with better deals. You don't have to believe that or not. But I'm agreeing with you, Jody, and others, that in the short term, this is a tax that will ultimately hurt the consumer, but it's also designed, and you can make an argument that this is not the government's job, it is designed to attempt to change American behavior. You know who's responsible ultimately for the trade imbalances? We are, because we buy the crap goods, because they're cheap. We don't care that China steals the technology from our fellow Americans and then resells it to us at a cheaper rate through slave labor. We don't care. We don't. And you might, I might be preaching to the choir here, but in the macro sense, the United States of America doesn't care. And we like eating the ice cream. Let me tell you, eating ice cream is a hell of a lot better than eating your vegetables. Eating fast food is a lot more fun than eating healthy. Laying around and watching movies, that's a lot more fun than going to the gym and exercising. But it's going to lead to an early death. In this case, the death of the United States of America. I've long said this, and I'll stand by it, and what we're talking about right now is a part of it because it's a part of our GDP. The greatest existential threat that the United States of America faces is our inability to stop spending fake money from Washington, D.C. We're addicted. We're addicted. And the only way to continue the economic pace that we currently have is sadly to rely on foreign sources for goods that are hyper cheap because they don't engage in an arena of fairness when it comes to the economic playing field. 615-737-9986. Daryl is next. Daryl, the floor is yours, sir. How are you? Hey, Daryl, you there? Daryl. This is Daryl. My other brother, Daryl. Well, Daryl, I'll tell you what I'm going to do because he held for a long time, and sometimes people hold and they put us on speaker and they walk across the room or go to the bathroom. I'm going to put Daryl on hold and see if you can pick up on him and see if he's still there. If not, I hate it, Daryl. Give us a call back. Tommy is next. Hey, Tommy, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm a
great,
first-time caller.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Tommy. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And the reason I'm calling is because of that George that called earlier the time before Daryl. Daryl didn't come to the phone, but I don't understand why people want to cut on, even Democrats, MAGA. I mean, do they not know what that stands for? Make America Great Again. Do they not think when they say the MAGA movement? What are they for? What are they for if they're in this country? Are they not for making America great? I'll let you talk.
I mean, look, Tommy, I agree with you. I believe in it. I mean, I believe in keeping America's greatness as best we can possibly do and making America the greatest country we can possibly be. You know, unfortunately, a lot of people like Trent and others have they now consider that to be a nasty term. It is
that's ridiculous.
It
Yeah,
is a
that's
Trump, but
ridiculous.
and I agree. I mean, it's oversimplifying the issues that face the United States of America. And look, I understand that Donald Trump is aggressively abrasive. I can be aggressively abrasive on this radio show too. I mean, he's the president of the United States, but he can be aggressively abrasive. I get that. I understand that's off-putting for people, but his basic premise, if we took his name off of it, if we took and wrote a list of accomplishments and a list of desires on the part of this president, I think most rational people, if you took names and labels off of them, would agree that this is the best course of action and the best policy. I think that's why the man was elected a second time to be president of the United States of America.
Yes, sir. My personal opinion, if it even matters, my personal opinion is he's the best president this country has ever had or will ever have. Now, that's just my personal opinion.
Tommy, great first call. Don't make it your last, brother. I appreciate that call today, and I appreciate you spending some time with us this afternoon. 5644 says, Murphy, did you look in the mirror when you mentioned the gym? I did. I do. Oh, my goodness. I got to get to the gym in the new year. I'm pretty good at intake control. That's how I'd gotten up to like 255 about a year ago, and I decided that I was going to better control intake, and I think last week, the last time I weighed was the week before Thanksgiving. I almost lied. I try to weigh weekly, but I'm not doing it during the holidays, and I was 216.
How do you expect me and Weaver to control intake? Dropping off bags of snacks.
I just got to get that out of the house, brother. I mean, let me tell you. I got to get it out of the house.
I can still run a 40 in 4.4 seconds.
Is that in a car or a golf cart, Ken?
That's on that little field we put toys on.
Look, but no, to answer your question, 5644, and I know you're smacking on me, and I deserve it. Yes, I looked in the mirror because I do. I got to get to the gym, man. I got to get the arms better. Since the shoulder surgery, they've been garbage. From a strength perspective, I got to get my strength back up, and I got to build some upper body. And so I'm right there with you. I do resemble that remark. Now, intake, I think I'm doing a pretty good job, but outcome in terms of getting stronger, getting better at the gym, I'm going to work on that in the new year. Let's talk to Daryl. Hey, Daryl, how are you?
Can you hear me this time?
Oh, Daryl, you sound great. You sound great, brother.
All righty then. I'm glad. I'm tickled to death. Yeah, it seems like I was waiting about an hour there, but that's okay. I was wanting to reply on them two idiots that you had on there before. That the guy kept on cutting in on you, wouldn't let you answer the question or whatever. Anyway, I told my sister-in-law back whenever Bill Clinton was running for office, I said, you're going to lose your job. He's going to vote that NAFTA in. Well, my job was already getting canceled because of NAFTA, and they hired this guy to come in here and cut the jobs out. Slowly and surely, moving it to Mexico. And whenever I had my end date, guess what? My sister-in-law got hers because she voted for Clinton. I ain't never had any good luck whenever I've had a daggone Democratic president. And those last two guys you had on there, I got a vest I wear on my motorcycle vest that says, I can't fix stupid. I'd like to help you, but I can't fix stupid. Boy, they need one of those. Yeah, I voted for President Trump, and I think he's doing a daggone good job. And just like you, I think that election, Biden did win it, but they had to cheat to get it.
Well, I mean, these, and I don't know where Trent's coming from. I mean, he needs to, Trent needs to get some new talking points from whomever he's getting his talking points from. Thank you, Daryl, for the call. If you missed it, Trent called in and 2020 election stolen. What are you? It's 2025, man. It's about to be 2026. Trump's the president of the United States of America. I believe that 2020 happened by divine providence because now Donald Trump gets to be president of the United States of America during our 250th birthday. See, that wouldn't have happened. Trent, I hope he's still listening, because it was divine providence, my friend, that intervened. We didn't understand it. We were very confused, and some people said stolen, and some people said rigged. Some people said the fix is in. Some people said Dominion. Some people said, oh, they're changing the rules of the game in the middle of the game in Pennsylvania. I was that someone. And in Georgia and other places. That they beat us on the ground game because they harvested ballots that otherwise would not have been turned in using COVID-era rules. And we're all very confused. Why is this happening? Why are we allowing this to happen? But now I know. Trent, I know now why this is happening. It all happened through God's grace. Because our Heavenly Father wanted Donald Trump to be president of the United States of America during our 250th birthday. And the only way for that to occur, well, there's two ways. One, to eliminate the amendment that would prevent a third term in office, or to somehow separate his terms. And that's what happened. That's what happened, Trent. And so the Lord saw fit to have a comatose man as president of the United States for 4 years. And unfortunately, the country suffered as a result. And we're still going through some of that suffering. I hope that answers your question, Trent, more adequately than I did the first time around. It's 22 after the hour on Super Talk. Hey, friends, it's Matt Murphy. Alpha and Omega is a company that you need to know if you are a business owner particularly, or if you're a decision maker at a business. Are you running your own IT? My goodness gracious, you're hurting yourself, I would say, because you're not focused on business, right? You're focusing way too much probably on email issues or computer issues or server issues or cybersecurity and all of those other IT things that come along almost on a daily basis. My goodness gracious. What if I told you that there was a professional company right here in Middle Tennessee that utilizes Middle Tennessee folks to help you solve all of those issues so you don't have to focus on any of it. You get to focus on your business. What about that? That's pretty nice. Michael and his team at Alpha and Omega, they're ready for you. So if 2026 brings a new IT contract and you're dissatisfied with the current contract you have, or if you're just looking for something new or something better, or if you do not have an IT company working for you, it's time to get with Alpha and Omega. Give them a call today. If you're a business owner, you owe this to yourself. 615-784-0096, 784-0096, or aando.net. That's the website, www.aando.net for Alpha and Omega.
FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino announces his future plans, and President Trump reportedly set to sign an executive order about marijuana. These stories and more at 5:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
You know, I think I've decided something. I'm gonna become the show. I've enjoyed the show today. I hope you have as well. I understand. Once again, if you were listening earlier, sometimes when I get into it with a caller, that makes people uncomfortable, and I get that. And I know I'm a jerk. I get it. I'm your jerk. When it comes time, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. Actually, we started the show with talking about the fella taking it out. And
taking what out?
It.
What's it?
It.
Like the clown movie? A DVD copy?
I think you know what I'm talking about. We started it, and it just went downhill from there. It just rolled right downhill from there. But based on conversations that I'm having with super texters and others, I think I'm just going to become the show of no. I think I could do that, where everything that anyone says they want to do, I'm going to tell you why you can't do it, because it's a bad thing to do. Is that fair? Like everything that happens. Like Korea Zinc, remember that company you were telling us about yesterday, Ken?
Yes, sir.
That Korea Zinc, is that right?
That's it.
Korea is $6.6 billion. No, that's bad. You know why? Industry taking Tennessee land. That's no good. That's no good. And why do we want companies coming from other places around the United States of America and bringing their crap with them? Like In-N-Out Burger. No. I'm going to become, we'll call it the show of no with Matt Murphy. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. How about that? Brent.
Yes.
I don't say no to you, Brent.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Brent, you're either calling from White House, Tennessee, or from the White House.
No, I'm not calling from the White House. I am calling from White House, Tennessee.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I really enjoy y'all. But first thing I want to tell you, I don't like Donald Trump at all. If he was in a bar when I used to be a bar hound, then and running his mouth, I would have whooped his ass. But I would vote for him every single day, because he's a businessman who takes care of his employees. And now he's our president, and he's trying to do his best to take care of his citizens. And I think that's a great thing.
Well, I do too. I
can't understand for one reason why these people listen to y'all and just get angrier and angrier and angrier. When, most everything that they try to put out is just wrong.
Yeah, everybody, we've lost the art, and I've watched it happen in real time. And Brent, thank you. I'm sorry that I have to suspend the call, but I'm trying to be better about getting to Ken Weaver's newscast on time. I'm perpetually late when it comes to the news, so I'm trying to be better. But I've noticed over the years that we've lost the art of just being friendly and agreeing, and I'm guilty of it. I'm as guilty as anybody. I probably perpetuate it, and it's probably my fault that this has happened in American society today.
All your fault.
We can agree. We can agree that we don't see things the same way with regard to certain issues without hating one another, or without thinking that we're bad people. I don't know. Just a thought. 31 after the hour on Super Talk.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic coming up in 5 minutes. FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino's announced his resignation. Says he'll officially depart in January, citing a desire to move on from government service. Bongino, a former Secret Service agent and media personality, was appointed earlier this year. Sources indicate he's preparing to relaunch his broadcasting career. President Trump set to sign an executive order reclassifying marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 under federal law. This change recognizes medical use and lowers restrictions on research, but it does not legalize marijuana nationwide. Cannabis businesses could see tax relief and easier banking access. Now, for personal use, Marijuana remains illegal federally, though state laws still apply. And here in Tennessee, a Dixon teenager faces a first-degree murder charge in the death of his ex-girlfriend. Authorities say Hunter Jackson shot the 17-year-old last night after meeting her in a Kroger parking lot. The victim died at a Nashville hospital, and police recovered a handgun at the scene. Jackson's court date set for January 20th. Here in Nashville, Metro Police say alcohol was a factor in a crash that killed an 11-year-old boy Tuesday afternoon. Investigators report Elizabeth Sanchez was driving east on Old Hickory Boulevard when her SUV left the road and traveled 300 yards before hitting a ditch. Sanchez admitted to drinking beer, showed signs of intoxication, according to police. She faces vehicular homicide and child endangerment charges once released from Vanderbilt Medical Center. Not much time to get some packages shipped to loved ones for the holidays. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze says today's the last day to get Christmas gifts shipped in time.
The U.S. Postal Service says today is the deadline for ground shipping and for first-class mail. Check your local post office hours. A lot of those branches will close at 5 p.m. Also, you want to send those packages with UPS ground and FedEx 5-day ground shipping by end of day today. If you wait just one day later, you're going to have to use priority mail or those more expensive expedited options with UPS and FedEx.
President Trump will address the nation tonight at 8 o'clock Middle Tennessee time from the White House, and you can hear it live right here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Hermitage got a crash blocking the right lane, 40 eastbound at Stewart's Ferry Pike. West Nashville, an accident on the right shoulder, 40 eastbound between 440, exit 206, and 28th Avenue, exit 207. Woodbine, a crash, Thompson Lane, just east of Nolensville Pike. In Clarksville, we got a crash reported by the Highway Patrol, 24 eastbound after Rossview Road. And over by the airport, a crash, 40 eastbound at exit 216A. Brentwood, a crash, 5 vehicles involved. 65 southbound just past Old Hickory Boulevard South. In Madison, a crash, 65 southbound at Briley Parkway, Ellington Parkway. In Fairview, we've got a crash reported 840 westbound near Highway 100. I'm Ken Weaver. The rebates are available until the end of the year, and you need to get to Nashville Safe House to find them. On Browning, rebates. On other brands, rebates. They've got great deals galore at Nashville Safe House. Plus, the Murphy special. I might buy one of those for the new Murphy compound. You never know. Donald Trump's in the lobby. I'm in the lobby as well, right across from one another. Donald Trump's on one side, and I'm on the other side at Nashville Safe House. When you walk into the lobby, you'll see us. You'll also see all the biometrics. You'll say hey to Jill. You maybe will see Mark. You know, from time to time, he does a little work around there. That's what they tell me. The professional delivery crews are constantly working for you. They would never let some third party, don't know them, group of people come into your home. Why would you allow them to know the combination to your safe? They don't do that at Nashville Safe House. Friends, I want you to get to Nashville Safe House and see the Barganos, see the difference, and buy this holiday season because the best deals around are right now at Nashville Safe House. Go to NashvilleSafeHouse.com or across the street from City Cemetery on 4th Avenue South. Tell them Matt Murphy sent you to Nashville Safe House.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the horns, Mr. Ken Weaver. I don't know how he blows on that saxophone and haws at the same time, but he does. Hey, maybe he's blowing on that sax with something other than his mouth. I mean, just a thought. Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. How's everyone doing? I have, I was just called an agent of evil, y'all.
Oh, yeah?
Agent of evil.
Are you asking for $1 million?
You got my text message?
Yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. It's a great time to do a little nincompoops in the news because the only person that we have holding on the line right now is Mike from Old Hickory. So let's go ahead and get it done.
Nincompoops in the news.
Wow. It's time. By now, you know what the news is. We got the big speech tonight for Donald Trump. Dan Bongino is no longer going to be Assistant Deputy Director of the FBI starting in January. What's up with that? Lots of other things going on. Hey, the Boring Company released an environmental impact assessment report. That's not stopping the people that think that there's going to be some sort of ecological disaster from predicting ecological disaster. More on that coming up in a moment. More on the rest of the news. We got this Wilson County fella that's in the news for all the wrong reasons. And FBI emails are saying that the D.C. field office warned the Biden administration that they lacked probable cause to raid Mar-a-Lago. More on that coming up. But right now, we turn our attention away from the real stories and directly to the nincompoops. Ken Weaver's got a nincompoop.
I get to go first?
Hold on, Ken. Oh. Jackson Williams has got a nincompoop.
I get to go second.
Hold on, Jackson. Matt Murphy's got a nincompoop.
He goes third.
Why do I go third?
Because that's the way you announced it.
You and I will talk about that after we award the opening nincompoop story to Mr. Ken Weaver.
Oh, here we go.
Ken, you could win the trophy today. You know that, right?
I know, and I'm very excited about it.
I want to see you with that crown on.
I want to wear that crown around all weekend long.
Oh, I love it. Love it. Let's go.
All right, this comes from the Sun, boys. A Walmart shopper suffered instant karma after being caught red-handed on an alleged second shoplifting attempt on the worst day of the year. Sophia Malik from Hartford, Wisconsin, was cuffed by cops after allegedly stealing over $1,500 worth of merchandise. She was caught on Shop with a Cop Day after returning to the scene of her initial crime. So on December 3rd, surveillance images from the Walmart store showed a woman believed to be Malik leaving with a cart full of items, including toys and clothes, worth around $600. She then returned to the store on December 6th, where dozens of police officers were shopping with children as part of a holiday program to choose Christmas gifts. Malik was spotted by one of the officers and was allegedly attempting to steal again.
What?
On that very day.
Oh, no.
Investigators say they found over $900 worth of stolen toys in her car there in the Walmart parking lot of Hartford, Wisconsin. The 24-year-old has been charged with felony retail theft, which could get her up to 3 years and 6 months imprisonment and/or fine up to $10,000 if found guilty. After her arrest, she allegedly told cops that she would have shoplifted again on December 6th, but changed her mind upon observing the police presence in the Walmart toy section. Officer says she has admitted to stealing from numerous Walmart locations across Hartford, West Bend, and Milwaukee. She claims she was just trying to get gifts for her kids, according to the complaint. And if that's the case, that's sad, but you can't steal.
No, you can't steal them.
And you definitely don't do it on Shop with a Cop Day.
Well, that goes without saying, but my goodness, we just left a toy field a week or so ago.
Yes, sir.
It was a week ago today.
Yes, sir.
We were at Toy
week
Field.
ago yesterday.
Yeah, a week ago yesterday.
Oh, a week ago yesterday. That's what I said.
No, it's not.
It was a week ago yesterday. It's bad. That's awful. Jackson, you want to go next?
Yes.
It shows you what kind of giving spirit I'm in, Jackson.
All right. A Florida woman arrested for driving a stolen van to court. A Florida woman was arrested Wednesday for driving a stolen car to the federal courthouse, where she is on trial for her alleged role in a conspiracy that defrauded $29 million from government COVID relief loan and grant programs. LaToya Clark 39 years old, was blocks away from the U.S. District Court in Fort Pierce when a license plate reader flagged her vehicle as being stolen. Clark was behind the wheel of a 2025 Ram ProMaster cargo van when she was pulled over by a sheriff's deputy around 8:30 a.m. After Clark exited the vehicle and was handcuffed, a cop explained why she was being detained. "Oh, I know why," Clark reportedly responded, adding that she was en route to the federal courthouse because she is on trial for a federal crime. According to court records, Clark seen it right. Ken, get a look at her.
I'm looking at her.
How'd she look, Ken?
Not smart.
Oh.
According to court records, Clark obtained the van 2 months ago in a one-day rental from U-Haul. When she failed to return the vehicle, it was reported as stolen. Charged with a felony, Clark was booked into the county jail, which made her a no-show that morning in federal court, where she was indicted in May for conspiracy, money laundering, and wire fraud.
You'd think they would have forgiven her for that one. I mean, she was in the jail.
According to prosecutors, Clark and 5 co-defendants engaged in a multi-year scheme to file phony COVID relief applications that alleged fraudsters submitted 92 bogus claims, which netted them $29 million in Paycheck Protection Program funds, money that was eventually laundered through a web of shell companies. Clark, who allegedly controlled 3 corporations used in the fraud operation, was free on a $250,000 bond in the federal case. Several of the felonies for which Clark was charged carry a maximum 20-year prison sentence.
Ever tell y'all about the time that I argued before the Dean of Arts and Sciences at West Georgia College that I should be given an opportunity to retake a final because I was unable to attend the class due to being in jail?
Was it a successful argument?
It was.
That's way to go, Brother Murphy.
Well, the final was a paper, and my paper was in my car. It was like a 50-page research thing. I mean, it was huge. It was a big deal. And I got stopped on the way to the class, and I had a bench warrant for not paying a ticket. Long story. I'm not saying I'm proud of this. I'm just saying this is what happened. And so I had to go to jail. And so I called the mass communications department from jail and talked to Patty Giles.
And Patty was not surprised.
Patty was the receptionist, and I talked to her. I knew Patty well. Mass Common Theater, and I asked Patty if she would let Dr. Gibson know that I would not be in class to turn in my paper, but it was in my car about a half a mile away, and I told her where the car was. And I tried to find somebody that would go get the paper to take it to class, but there was nobody there. So I then had to make an argument because he failed me in the class. And because he said no, there was a big thing, no extensions will be granted. And my argument was, I was not asking for an extension to the deadline. I was asking for an exception to the rule based on my incarceration.
Using some lawyer technicality there.
Was Jay with you?
Yeah,
No,
was Jay? Were
no.
you friends with Jay then?
No, I didn't know Jay then. But I was like, I'm not asking. You said no extensions. The paper was complete and would have been turned in on time, but for my incarceration at the moment.
Were you speeding?
No, my tag was expired, but it was within the 30-day window. But he pulled me over just to tell me my tag was expired, and that he was actually saying, "Hey, I'm just trying to help you out, but while we're here, I'm going to need to run your license." And then everything changed.
Oh!
After he ran the license, then he wouldn't get out from behind his car, and he used the intercom. I need you to step away from the vehicle, please, and walk back toward my vehicle, please. Walk back toward the vehicle.
And you knew it was kind of over for you?
I was like, I don't know why. No, I mean, Jackson, at that point, you're like, I don't know why I'm being arrested right now, but I'm being arrested right now.
Yeah.
All right. Following her arrest in the stolen van case, Clark's bond was revoked by the U.S. District Court. Judge Eileen Cannon, yes, that Eileen Cannon, whatever that means, Cannon rejected a defense argument that Clark's retention of the U-Haul van was born entirely out of poverty, desperation, and survival, and that she was living out of the stolen wheels. She's in jail.
And you know what, Cotter? License plate reader cameras.
Yeah, now there you go. Just like that cop caught me at West Georgia. Hey,
Matt, I got one more for you.
What do you call a woman with a peg leg? Eileen. Anyway, what do you have? Eileen, get it? Eileen?
Local radio host and Wilson County School Board.
Easy now, easy. Mandis is very confused why you threw him under this bus.
I don't know why I did.
He just decided to do it?
Just decided.
He had a couple days off. You figure he's hanging out at BJ's Hot Chicken?
Yeah.
I mean, literally hanging out at BJ's Hot Chicken.
He said he went. I talked to Dan earlier. He said he went to McDonald's and successfully did not expose himself in that establishment. So I guess he's 1 for 2 today.
All right, here's my story. Although, people, you can't start voting for Ken before we do the segment. You can't do it. You can't. Well, I guess you can do it. Mine is a little more of a serious nincompoop, but nobody got injured in this story, and I don't understand. I don't understand some people in this world, and I'm going to go ahead and go with it. A woman who allegedly pushed razor blades into loaves of bread at 2 Biloxi, Mississippi Walmart stores was arrested yesterday.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. What an absolute nincompoop.
That's nice. That's nicely put.
Yeah, thank you. Camille Benson, 33 of Texas. Have y'all seen her mugshot?
Yeah.
Oh, she looks like a winner. Face tattoos and that bright yellow hair. Has been charged with attempted she's been charged with attempted mayhem. That's an official charge.
That's Mississippi law.
Her bond is set at $100,000. Harrison County Jail records, Harrison County Jail records on Wednesday morning. I said it right the first time. Records on Wednesday morning do not list an attorney for Benson who could be reached for comment on her behalf. A message left at a phone number listed for a possible relative of Benson was not immediately returned. Customers reported finding razor blades at a Walmart Supercenter and Walmart Neighborhood Market. That, according to Lieutenant Candace Young, a public information officer for the Biloxi Police Department. Walmart employees told police a customer first reported finding a razor blade in a loaf of bread purchased from a Walmart Supercenter December 5th. On December 8th, a customer who bought a loaf of bread from a Walmart Neighborhood Market also reported finding a razor blade. And after another customer complained to the Walmart Supercenter Sunday evening, employees inspected the merchandise and found several other loaves of bread had been tampered with. Police department was notified. In a press release, the department asked anyone who bought bread from those locations to inspect the loaves and report any findings. The Biloxi Police Department said it does not believe any other stores were targeted. The health and safety of our customers is always a top priority. Interestingly, they don't say exactly. I assume they went through security footage camera at the Walmart.
I would think so.
To ascertain who our nincompoop in question was. What this woman was thinking to accomplish, I have no idea. What her beef is, who knows? I do know this. Camille Benson, 33 of Texas. You, ma'am, are a nincompoop.
Better check your bread.
Better check.
What kind of bread?
Just big old loaves of bread.
Big loaves of bread, did she put them like
between slices?
I guess. I don't know how.
She put them in, it looked to me like they are like whole loaf, like you get in the deli.
Uh-huh.
And she just kind of slid them in.
There sideways. Oh, my goodness gracious.
I mean, that could mess somebody up.
Oh,
that'll ruin your ham sandwich.
No, that would. Oh, I can't even think about it.
Cut your tongue right in two.
Oh, Ken. Oh, forked tongue.
Yes.
But wouldn't you cut the bread first?
One would hope. I mean, well, nobody got hurt.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you don't, but think about it. If you don't bite into the bread,
right?
You're going to use your hands, like you said, Brother Jackson, to slice,
and then
something's going to get cut.
Well, or if you get yourself a big hunk, I mean, some of those like French loaves or whatever, you're just grabbing a hunk, putting some butter on it, and chowing down.
I knew somebody real close to me that used to rip off big old hunks of bread like that and dip them right into the butter tin.
I'm just imagining
it
if
was
you
delicious.
did that with
I mean, they said it was delicious.
It was a friend.
Yeah.
I'm calling for a friend. I hate it. But you know what? Thank goodness no one was hurt, and a nincompoop is now behind bars. That's how we play Nincompoops in the News. Super Talk 99.7 WT, and I encourage you to vote me. But if you don't vote me, I hate to say it, vote Jackson. I mean, the last thing we need is Weaver to win this thing on a Wednesday.
Keep it competitive,
in the
people.
playoffs
Come on,
Friday.
Folks. Playoffs? He's talking about playoffs.
Only problem is, boy, that tide is mad.
54.
They're mad.
54 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WT. Hi, friends. It's Matt Murphy for Men of Valor. Men of Valor, what a wonderful organization. They do such great work on their Valor Ridge campus, their campus in Knoxville. They take men within the prison system. They minister to them. They disciple them. They teach them about the life of Jesus Christ, and they turn takers into givers in our society. That's what it's all about. And as a result, they lower the recidivism rate from over 70% national rate to less than 15% for Men of Valor graduates. That's an incredible rate of return. That means that the recidivism rate is based on 3 years of being incarceration free once getting out of the system. Over 70% of men go back into the system. Men of Valor graduates simply do not. You might know about the Men of Valor breakfast that happen every spring, but I want to tell you that they are in need all times of year of volunteers and, of course, your generous donations. Will you give as you can or volunteer, if you will, to Men of Valor? Go to movministry.com. That's movministry.com for the wonderful organization that is Men of Valor.
6 o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic in 5 minutes. Big changes at the FBI. Deputy Director Dan Bongino is leaving. He confirmed on social media his last day will be in January. Bongino's time at the Bureau marked by clashes over high-profile investigations. Insiders say he's eyeing a return to radio and podcasting. Big news from Washington. President Trump going to sign an executive order to move marijuana from the strict Schedule 1 category to Schedule 3. It means the government will acknowledge medical benefits and allow more research. It's a win for the cannabis industry, easing taxes and banking hurdles. But for everyday users, federal law still prohibits recreational use. State laws are still in charge. Here in Tennessee, a retired police officer who spent a month in jail over a Facebook post quoting President Trump is now suing in federal court. Larry Bouchard was arrested in September after posting a meme referencing a Trump comment following a school shooting. Well, prosecutors later dropped that charge of threatening mass violence, say there was no basis for the case in the first place. Bouchard's lawsuit, filed in the U.S. District Court for the Western District in Jackson by the nonprofit Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, claims his First and Fourth Amendment rights were violated. And here in Nashville, a mother will face charges after a deadly crash yesterday afternoon in Nashville. Police say 49-year-old Elizabeth Sanchez failed to negotiate a curve on Old Hickory Boulevard, sending her SUV 300 yards through a field and into a drainage ditch. Her 11-year-old son, a backseat passenger, died at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. Sanchez, who police say admitted to drinking beer, will be arrested for vehicular homicide and child endangerment when she leaves the hospital. The AI boom may be hitting you in the wallet. Some Americans sounding off like this woman who claims her electricity rates in New Jersey have more than doubled.
If you look at the usage levels on my bill, it's on par with what I did last year and the year before. It's nothing greater or less than, but it went from like $235 to $666. $666.39.
So now Senate Democrats Elizabeth Warren, Chris Van Hollen, and Richard Blumenthal investigating if massive data centers powering artificial intelligence are behind a rise in electricity costs. They've asked Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and others for energy projections and details on grid deals. Now, here in Tennessee, USA Today reports electricity rates increased more than 12% year over year due to the weather and AI data center expansion. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Hermitage got a crash on the right shoulder, 40 eastbound at Stewart's Ferry Pike. In Donaldson, a crash, Lebanon Pike at McGavick Pike. Over by the airport, Briley Parkway southbound at I-40. Then in Clarksville, 24 eastbound after Rossview Road. Another one by the airport, 40 eastbound at exit 216A. In Glencliff, 40 westbound at Spence Lane. Fairview, a crash, 840 westbound near Highway 100. I'm Ken Weaver.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. My name is Matt Murphy, and this is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. I don't know why you've brought this cup in a couple of times, and for some reason, and I know it's a wonderful, like, sweet thing, but the way that I see it, I think it says menstrual. And it doesn't, but It
doesn't.
I know that it doesn't, and I'm sorry that I am even saying this out loud. Hey, Cameron, how are you?
Hey, Matt. It says mentor, foster, adopt, love.
It's all about fostering.
Yeah, it's Youth Villages. They sent it to me one year, and
that's a nice cup.
Yeah, it is fantastic
mug.
for everything.
Big mug. You can stick it. I mean, it's not too big to stick in your.
Super insulated. Yeah. It tapers nicely here.
Oh yeah, that's
Serious.
nice. Oh yeah, we need to start our own line. So we've got the final hour of the Matt Murphy Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I am Jackson. I don't know if you're seeing some of these vote results come in. We're going to need some sort of Joe Biden 2020 miracle to pull this one off, buddy. You tell me if. Why don't you stop the? You know what we need to do? Because we got a nincompoops in the news vote total tally going on, and if Ken Weaver wins this vote today, he wins the week, and he's already taken home the Nincompoop in the News Weekly Wellness Institute of Nashville Trophy and crown. But Ken, I've got some bad news for you.
What?
While you are well in the lead in the official vote tally here on the Super Talk text line, and congratulations for that.
Yes, sir.
It's my understanding that Jackson has just found a new batch of votes that have come into the control area. It
was the mail-in votes.
It was some of the mail-in collected
the
ballots,
call-in votes,
and some of the call-in votes, and we've collected some of those. We had some voting centers that were stationed in various parts of the community, and we've tallied those votes, and
I won.
Doesn't look good for you, Ken.
No, before we started Nincompoops, we had already tightened up those loopholes.
Nope.
Well, I have it on authority of the Tennessee Supreme Court that because of certain circumstances involved in the voting process, we need to let those votes count, Ken.
Yeah.
Hanging chads and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. There's just, you got to make some adjustments. I understand we're in the middle of the stream, but we're going to, look, and here's some more votes coming in for Ken. That's so cute. Like those are going to matter.
Well, this is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
And Ken, I need you to know, I'm sure Jackson told you.
Yes, sir.
But I need you to know that my wife sent in candied pecans for the team.
Yeah.
And Jackson has redefined himself as the team.
Yes. And they are, Ken, I just had a little sack of them, a little sack of nuts that Cameron gave me.
Oh, you went to BJ Chicken?
I did not.
Okay.
I saw Dan there. We're going to can we just start the rumor that Dan was there the day that this dude did it and just see if he responds to it on Friday morning?
Of course he will. He'll be paranoid. He'll want to know what's happening.
Mandis, it's my understanding, was in Lebanon in line at BJ Hot Chicken when Mr. Donnie Self decided. Have you heard the story?
No.
Oh, my goodness. So Donnie, who is what was he, Ken? A Wilson County Board of Education member?
He's a Wilson County Board of Education member. He represents Zone 5.
Donnie went to BJ Hot Chicken.
Okay.
In downtown Lebanon, just off the square. It's my understanding it's a delicious chicken place, local. And he went to the bathroom. And he came out of the bathroom. And it was out.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I played have you ever seen the Seinfeld? He pulled it out. It out. Are you sure? Oh, I'm sure. Yes, sir, Bob.
Yep.
Yeah. And he got arrested. And apparently, according to BJ Hot Chicken, it was the second time that he did this.
Oh.
Because, see, the problem is he used a fake name. They asked him who he was, and he said, "My name's Donnie Jones. Yeah.
Okay.
And his real name's Donnie Self. And they say that it's the second time he did it. I thought maybe you could get away with, like, I'm on medication. I didn't know. It's weird. But no. Apparently.
What medication makes you do that?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help a brother
I do
out.
not want that medication.
I'm just trying to help a brother out. I told the story of I was outside. I was going to an event at Regions Park in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
There was a baseball game, and I think it was like our radio station was sponsoring the game or something. And I rode my bike. It was a nice day. Rode my motorcycle and parked in an area where, and you know how it was in Beeham, that the homeless would kind of gravitate over there and try to panhandle money. And a guy walks up to me, and for those listening in 3 o'clock hour, I'm sorry, I'm telling the story again because it's a funny story. A guy walks up to me. He's a homeless guy, obviously. Hey, man, you got any money? And he's just, it's out. It's like, and I'm like, yeah, hey, you want to handle that? And I kind of gestured, and he said, and I quote, "No, man, I'm good."
And then he offered me to be his producer.
That's not good, Jackson.
That's funny. Jackson, you're not the team. Ken Weaver is a part of the team. You are part of the team, so you have to give him some of those delicious.
I already offered Ken some pecans during the break.
Okay.
He's going to come get it on his way out.
Jackson just took some in his hand and was like, "You want some of these?" Ken was saying, "No, I'm good." Okay.
I'm part of the team.
You got a pretty mouth.
What do you believe Donald Trump's talking about tonight? What do you think?
I believe it is Spanish for Venezuela.
I don't know. People are saying that there's quote unquote rumors that he's declaring war against Venezuela.
That's not a very good rumor.
I don't think we're declaring war.
I think it will explain why.
I think
why we're not declaring war,
and why what he's doing is not
totally
in any way leading us toward a dynamic by which we have to send troops down there.
Right.
What I'm mildly surprised, and I understand it's Trump, and I understand for a lot of our audience, Trump's our guy. Trump's my guy too. It doesn't mean that we agree. We have to agree with him at every turn. You don't have to flip over backwards to manipulate your mind in a way where you have to agree with Donald Trump on everything. You are allowed.
Because that's freaking weird.
Yeah, you're allowed to disagree with him on certain things.
So those of us who are married, who love our wives, we disagree with them sometimes. It's totally fine.
I don't think the slow walk that we're engaging in I wouldn't even disagree with it as much if we were being more straightforward about it.
Just tell me what in the world you're doing.
Just tell me what we're trying to accomplish here. Are you trying to nation build? Just tell me that. Tell me that.
You promised when you were campaigning to end foreign entanglements. Use those words.
Mm-hmm.
And so this looks really tanglements.
There's some tanglement.
All kind of tanglement.
Mm-hmm.
And look, there's a 3-letter word that makes this feel a lot like the Middle East. All. And that to me is what concerns me here.
Well, I don't think this ends well. I don't think it has ever, when has it ended well? Well, it ended okay in World War II, at the end of World War II, but a lot of people died. A lot of people died.
A lot.
To accomplish the goal that we accomplished in World War II.
How about Libya? No.
No, that didn't work.
Nope.
Afghanistan? Iraq, not really.
No. I mean, no.
Korea? Kind of a stalemate there.
Yeah.
Vietnam?
No. That was really bad. But, I mean, that's the point, is if you can tell me what we're doing, right? And, I mean, they're all, on several fronts, that's all I want, is explain to me what the game plan is here. So take oil off the table. Why do we care about Venezuela?
Because I'll play devil's advocate.
Okay, good.
Because the way that they're engaging with the communists and the Chinese and the Soviets to a certain degree, and the residual impact that's being pushed up into our country as a result, to include drugs, is hurting America.
Okay. So what about the impact?
And human rights. I'm just
okay.
And human rights.
Cool. We care about that now? That's so cool. So obviously you know that the response is going to be, okay, but what about this country and that country where there's sort of analogous situations? I get, okay, communism don't love. I mean, look at Cuba.
Monroe Doctrine.
Yeah.
What about that? Monroe Doctrine.
Yes.
But Cuba has existed since the late 50s,
right?
And as a communist nation.
Yeah, and and to be clear, the communists destroyed Venezuela. It was a very nice country
100%.
before then. But
Hugo Chavez came in, declared the people's resources are for the people, and he seized it all, and he shut down the private means of production and has destroyed a once great country.
So we're going to go turn over communist regimes? I mean, or just small ones?
Well, you can do it. I mean, if you commit to it,
yeah,
I think we can do anything we commit to. But is that what we want?
No.
Because it will require things that I don't think you can just wave a magic wand and accomplish. It will require thousands and thousands of American soldiers to occupy that nation for a lengthy period of time to ensure that there is some level of government stability.
And we're so bad at nation building. I mean, look at Afghanistan.
Because you know what happens? It's like trying to clear up a domestic argument.
Yeah.
When two people are arguing, a husband and a wife are arguing, especially if they're drunk, but and you try to clean it up, eventually they're both going to be mad at you.
Yeah.
And they're going to be screaming at you.
Well, and I'll use Afghanistan as an example. We go in there and we liberate everything, like super great of us. And then we're like, oh, okay, cool. So now we're going to do Sharia law, right? No, this is going to be like a Western style. We're going to try to do that differently. Everyone cool with that? No. Okay, cool. We're going to do that, and we're going to make this a great place. That's awesome. It's going to be very American-like. But the whole culture is not aligned with ours. And so it never really took, right? And that's the reason why Afghanistan sort of went back to its old ways after we withdrew. And so same here. Venezuela's been basically communist for a minute. It's had a strongman leader in Maduro. Mm-hmm. It hasn't loved a lot of this. That's why we have people fleeing the country. But when you're used to that, it's very, very hard for somebody to come in and say, you have been liberated now. You have a new leader. You're free. Have fun.
But this is not to suggest that nations cannot do this on their own. Argentina did it on their own. Argentina saw a better way. And this has not been without peril, and it has not been without pain, that they are walking a path back to free markets and economic freedom
in Argentina. And that's the way. And look, the French did this for us. They supported us fighting the British.
El Salvador did it.
Yeah.
El Salvador saw a better way, and now they did it in a way that I don't know that we would be comfortable with, because they curtailed a hell of a lot of civil liberties to get their country in order, because they decided that they were tired of being a narco-terrorist state, and they did it on their own. You can do it, but the people have to demand it. And sadly, I don't know, maybe Trump's got a better plan that I haven't thought
I just don't hear the demand from, I see people leaving Venezuela, right? I mean, we know that that's happening. But the cry for, hey, help us fight the regime, maybe it's there. I don't know. I just think that we've got the table set. We talked about it on All the Best Words podcast, but the executive order declaring fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction, it just feels so Iraq.
Ann writes in and is very upset. Ann, I would love for you to call in if you can. I'd like to talk to you directly because you've thrown a lot of text messages my way. But you write, Matt, my name is Ann, and I am complaining. Please tell everybody to be kind. People that work in stores rather than, for heaven's sake, please tell them to be nice. I feel like America is down a rabbit hole. Hey, Donald Trump was not in charge of those warts. I think she means wars. Or maybe warts. You guys better not underestimate this dude. He's been right. You need to learn more about Venezuela before you say don't engage them. I do believe President Trump is a smart leader. Let's not play Monday morning quarterback. We had no business being in Afghanistan. How old are you? Well,
that's a lot.
I'm 52, and our purpose for being in Afghanistan was that's where the terrorists that helped engage in 9/11 were, and our original purpose was to stop the Taliban, who were harboring terrorists, and then we decided to stay around way, way longer than we should have.
Amen.
We wanted to get good people in charge. And every time we got good people in charge, they didn't like us very much. And so we tried to get other good people in charge. And then we had to stay there so the good people didn't get killed by the people that we considered the bad people. And then it stayed that way for 12 years?
And then we left.
And now the bad people are in charge again.
Yes.
Oh, Ann was not asking me how old I am. She was asking you.
I am 43.
Man, you're an old 43, though.
I am.
You really are.
Gray beard. But, I read a lot, Ann. And so I know some things. And as far as nation building goes, we're not good at it. And I'm not saying Donald Trump's not a smart guy. I'm simply saying I need that smart guy to tell me why we are interested in intervening in Venezuela.
I don't, and a lot of people are saying that Donald Trump has been convinced that there's too much Chinese influence in Venezuela or in the Western Hemisphere.
Sure.
And I don't disagree with that. And I want to stop that too.
But then don't you think that my concern is we end up in a proxy war? My concern is that we say, okay, look, we can hammer this out in a couple days, get in here, go hard in the paint, get it done, right? And then China, Russia, and other folks say, you know what?
We're going to kind of
we're going to
prop up the other guys.
Yes, and then
then we prop up those other guys.
Yeah,
and now we're propping up the guys.
And then we're just in tangles.
And then it's Vietnam again.
Those are the tanglements right there.
Because isn't that what happened in Vietnam?
Yes. That's my concern.
But the people that argue in favor of it, and look, I'm not saying I couldn't be convinced that there's some rationale and some outcome that I've not foreseen. I'm not as smart as all that. So if there is one, I'm willing to listen to it. But history dictates to me, my knowledge of history instructs me that this is not going to end well.
No, and if you're going to kick the communists out, kick them out of Cuba, because that I can throw a rock and hit Cuba from Florida.
Or and maybe that's it. Maybe the purpose is Cuba. So we sanction the oil, we blockade the oil. The only way that Cuba is being propped up is through Venezuelan illegal sale of oil. Maybe that's the deal. Maybe we want Cuba.
But I just don't want to guess with my politicians.
No.
Just tell me what's going on.
No. And I'm a big supporter of the man. I appreciate him. But, you can disagree with your wife on occasion and still remain married. I feel like you can disagree with your president and still remain loyal to your nation. It's 24 after the hour. Speaking of loyalty, Mike has held for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm not even making that up.
Are you serious?
God bless you, Mike. And Mike from Old Hickory will have the floor when we return. Hey friends, Matt Murphy here, and I absolutely love Savory Spice. They're located in Franklin, just off the square. When you walk through the door, you will smell the delicious aroma of a variety of spices, salts and peppers and different types of seasoning for all manner of goods that can be cooked and baked and all that sort of thing. If you've got a loved one in your life that you know loves cooking, you need to go to Savory Spice and get them something special to put under the tree for them. If you yourself love cooking and you're out of various things for the holiday season, you need to get to Savory Spice and go ahead and make that happen. Oh, by the way, I don't know that they have the sparkle syrup. Look, all I can tell you is I tried to warn you that they run out before the holidays, and if they haven't run out, they're really, really close because it's always very popular. But the Run Amok brand of syrup is always available at Savory Spice. It's just the sparkle syrup that always sells out. Go to Savory Spice. Holly and David are great people. They run a great shop, and it is a cut above your standard spices that you find in the big box stores. You up your food game by upping your spice game. You up your spice game at Savory Spice. Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy, and I want to tell you about a brand new sponsor to the Matt Murphy Show, and it's Better Water. If you're looking for better water, if you're looking for a cleaner water taste, I can tell you that I have a very, I don't have a sophisticated palate about most things, but I got a rather sophisticated palate when it comes to water. And I absolutely love the fact that I got Better Water on the show, and you can have better water in your home. And it takes a telephone call or a visit to the website to find out more about how Better Water can serve you. Better Water LLC. They are your go-to company for all things water, and they get it done, friends. My friends at Better Water, think of it as a big Brita water filter for your entire house or your entire office. Friends, scalable from under sink to the whole house application. They remove sulfur and iron and chlorine and bacteria and everything else from your water. They even treat water at hospitals that you go to. They treat water at your favorite local coffee shop. And if you love it there, you'll love it at your home. Specialized filters, UV lights, you name it, at Better Water LLC. Call them today at 615-355-6063. 355-6063. Give them a call or online at betterwater.com. Betterwater.com and tell them Matt Murphy sent you to Better Water.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. I'll be home for Christmas. If only in my dreams.
Hey, this is Pastor Al, and join us on Super Talk 99.7, Sunday evenings from 7 to 8. We're going to look at the news from a biblical perspective.
Selling your home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Work with the #1 real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com today.
Hello, friends. Matt Murphy. Cameron's here on our Wednesday visits. Look who's back there in the control area. That's young Jackson Williams, Y2J, J. Willie, Reaction Jackson, truffle butter. I promised, and we got to talk about radon for a second. We gotta talk about. I got a radon report today, and it wasn't good. And I don't know anything about radon. Do you folks know anything about radon? Do you know anything about radon?
No, we need to source the public for this.
I need some advice on radon. The house I'm about to buy, it's got the radon, Cameron.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it contagious?
Apparently, because I could get it, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Now, if it had the radon at 3.9 or below, we're okay.
It's okay.
But it has the radon at 6.7. I tell you.
I mean, no, it's not 13.
No.
Or even 17.
Perish the thought.
Yeah.
Perish the thought.
Right.
I mean, that's a deal breaker.
You probably got fair to middling radon.
So I asked the guy, and the guy's a great guy, a listener, and I love him, and he was fabulous today, and I could not be more happy with my home inspection.
Cool.
Because it's a house from 1960, and the worst that I had was some radon and a little electrical issue and a little plumbing issue. Like they're a little bit worried because I still have cast iron from the house to the road, and there might be some roots in there or whatever. But
probably some radon in there too.
Yeah, probably so. But he said, "No, the worst you're dealing with is radon." And I'm like, man, based on what I know, maybe I'm not taking this seriously. But if radon's my worst problem, let's go. Let's move into this house, like now. But they say I have to fix it. They say I need to fix it.
Yeah.
I said, I asked a question. I thought it was a reasonable question. I was like, so you're saying 3.9 and below is okay? And he said, yeah. And I said, but over 3.9 and you need to do something about it. He said, yeah. I said, what's the scale? And he said, what do you mean? And I'm like, are we on a scale of 0 to 100?
There is no scale.
There is no scale. It's what he said.
It's just, are you above or below a number?
And then he said something about the EPA, and I stopped listening.
Okay. Mike might know.
Mike is in Old Hickory. Mike, the floor is yours. I'm going to give you the rest of the show, Mike.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I just want to ask you, are you going to watch the president tonight?
I plan to, yes, sir.
And what is he going to say?
I don't know.
Well,
it's a mystery.
All the best words.
Yeah.
All the best words.
He's a fan.
Are you ready for a big blue wave coming next year?
Like at the beach?
Yeah, I plan to go to the beach. Love the beach.
A big blue wave coming next year. That's why Donald Trump is getting on TV tonight.
Coming to a theater near you.
He's in deep political trouble.
The big blue wave.
So what, if you're in big political trouble, why do you go on TV? What are you going to do?
Exactly. Right before Christmas. Because you're in deep political trouble.
But what do you do about it?
All the polls are showing that Donald Trump is in a tank. The RNC, the Congress, and the Senate are in the tank. And he has to get on TV tonight to try to reassure us that we're okay, that his policies are working, even though the polls are saying that he's dropping every day. He's down in the low 30s.
But
So
do you think a TV experience?
Are you ready for the big blue wave?
I don't know that it's necessarily the best of strategies to decide to go on television a week before Christmas, and that's going to solve everything.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
He has to because his poll rating.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, why, Mike? I mean, the election's a long way away.
A lot of things can happen between now and then.
Like Santa Claus.
Exactly. That's why they're so worried. He has to do it now before Christmas because it's collapsing so fast.
Hey, Mike, you got a pen or a piece of paper over there?
And you know what, Matt?
I want you to write something. I want you to write something down.
I want you to write something down too. I'll write down what you write down.
Okay, I'm writing down. You ready?
Okay.
What am I writing down?
What are you writing down?
He was telling you what to write down. Then it's your turn.
No, I'm asking you.
Okay. Let's not write anything down. You'll remember this. Mike, there's plenty of slip between the cup and the lip.
Let me ask you something, Matt.
I don't think. Hold on. I don't think you appreciated it. I don't think you appreciated it.
Who do you think
It was a good saying.
It was.
I'm going to, and then I'm going to
Yeah, 'cause,
separate.
like between now and then, you get it.
What
right?
did we need to write down, Mike?
What do we need to write down? I think he wanted me to write down the thing I wanted him to write down, so he didn't have to write it down.
Can you separate one thing from an ad you push for little airline pilots, little guys that want to fly?
Yes, I want. Yes, I do.
Can
I
you
push for that.
separate what we talk about, and you and I talk about a lot of big stuff and blah, 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 disagree. But you run an ad about little guys or people that want to fly.
Yeah,
You
folks
run
like
that
you.
ad?
Folks like you, Mike. You could fly.
Yeah, I can. I've got a pilot's license.
Really?
I had.
You got a what?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, you've got a
Yeah,
pilot's license?
What do you fly, Mike?
Oh, yeah. I got a career. And what you're saying to these guys that there's a shortage of airline pilots,
yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
I want you, and I'm separating with the other stuff, the political stuff, between me and you, is that you running that ad for people to go take a flying license,
The next time, do you still fly, Mike?
No.
Oh, you don't? All right. Well, but I'll tell you, I was going to tell you the next time you're in the air as you're coming down for a landing, you would think to yourself, Mike, there's plenty of slip between the cup and the lip.
No, it's crap, too. And by the way, tell those kids that if they want to fly, they can do it. And you're going to have to pay a lot of years and a lot of money to get the licenses to do it. But in today's environment, in the airline environment,
they're paying a lot of money.
There's a massive shortage.
Yeah, they're paying a lot of money.
No, the way they do it now is they just push you out of a plane and you fly or die. And that's how it works.
You can make a massive amount of money by the time you're 30 years old if you push it.
I'm pretty high right now, Mike.
I
made Mike laugh. Yes. Oh, Mike, you made my night. Thank you. I made him giggle.
Yeah, that's the first. I hadn't heard Mike laugh.
I don't think I've ever broken him.
Yeah.
Maybe once. Made him giggle.
It was really confusing as to what we were supposed to write down, but I think we're good.
I think Mike was saying, why don't you write something down? And it's kind of a fourth grade thing where, you want me to write? You write something down.
Okay.
I'm rubber, you're glue. Bounces off me and sticks to you.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Plenty of slip. So between that, Democrats want to believe that this is over. And, whatever. I mean, historically, they're right. The midterms aren't good for the party in the White House.
No, they're not.
Right? And that's history. So you're bucking the tide of history if you stave off.
If you hold.
Yeah, if you hold. And it's not just you. It's not like you can lose 5 and you can still hold the House, right? Because the margins are so razor thin. History informs us that the Republicans are going to lose the House of Representatives. But there's plenty of slip between the cup and the lip, meaning a lot of things can happen between the time you pick up that beverage and the time you get it to your mouth.
Yeah, and I think if Democrats don't pick up 40 seats in the House, 30, then they should quit. This is a situation where, and I actually understand what Trump's doing a little bit tactically, is the last 2 years of your term, and it's your last term, you are kind of a lame duck anyway, unless you have everything, you're a lame duck. So go for broke over your first 2 years. Now. Burn the House. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Get done what you can, and then, try to wing it the last 2 years. I mean, it's not a bad strategy.
And if you somehow manage to claw through the midterms and hold, that's a miracle.
Yeah, you've done something that's almost impossible.
But what will frustrate me, and you and I can talk reasonably about this on December 17th, 2025. What will frustrate the hell out of me between now and then is that the mainstream media will treat this as if it is new territory and, oh my gosh, everybody hates Trump, which is why the Democrats are going to perform well in the midterms. And they won't give any historical context because they want it to be all about how awful Donald Trump is.
It is a mandate.
Right. I mean, instead of just admitting that the ruling Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, Donald Trump the first. I mean,
these swings are significant. And this is actually why I like a divided legislature is I actually am okay with gridlock. I don't love it when one party has everything because typically they do a lot of stuff that gets immediately undone. And so when you have some gridlock, the states kind of get more powerful and the federal government gets weaker. I like that.
Anne has written back and says that she's the one with the Chihuahua named Mrs. Beasley. Well, I like you even better than I liked you before,
that's fair.
Anne. I'm sorry I've complained about everything. Just had a bad day, so I apologize. I've had a bad day too, Anne. It's okay. Actually, bad day, good day. It's, kind of good. I'll buy everybody a beer if I ever see anybody again. Make that 3 beers, but no Bud Light. Okay. It's a deal. That's very fair.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Murphy focus. Damn it, man. I'm going to use this in a meeting tomorrow. Plenty of slip between the cup and the lip. Dude, you're cracking me up. No, I'm just kidding. I had to pull over. What? It's plenty of slip between the cup and the lip.
Yeah, a lot can happen.
That means if you think you got this, a lot can happen between the time you think you got this and it happens. Whatever it is, don't take anything for granted is what it means. Don't take anything for granted. I'm trying to get some reaction to our radon conversation. And mostly people are saying that we should get it fixed.
It will make you violently ill.
According to what Google source?
A caller.
A caller.
Yes.
At 6.7?
I don't know what level, but it eventually will give you.
It'll give you cancer.
Yeah.
It's the second leading cause of lung cancer.
So you might want to get that removed before you move in.
No, you can't get it removed. Every house has radon. Every house has
But you got to get it lowered.
I have to get it ventilated. Yeah, so what they got to do, apparently they got to drill something. So what I think I'm going to do is, it was a pass-fail inspection on the purchase of the house, but I shouldn't say this on the radio because, I don't know, somebody might be listening, but I think I'm just going to say, look, we got to take $10,000 off the purchase price of the house, set it aside as and I'm going to use that money to do these repairs, and I'll dedicate that money to these repairs so that you don't think I'm just taking the money and not,
Yeah. Well, it's probably, I'm learning about the radon industrial complex.
Mm-hmm.
We got to really know that this is a thing.
So new house, have you had a radon test?
Mm-hmm.
Have you now?
I have.
Did you pass?
Mm-hmm.
See, I knew that. I felt that in my bones because you're being all snotty over there.
I am.
Because you have a passing house.
I'm part of the radon elite. I don't know if you know that.
And see, I'm not.
I have
I
have a wrapped crawl space, Matt.
You're in the club.
It's like a giant bubble under my house.
Ooh,
It's
a wrapped space.
Warm bubble.
Oh, I bet they use big words like encapsulation.
Encapsulation, yes, that one. And some other words probably. But
they do some sort of ventilation where they get a pump system, an air pump system, and they pull the air somehow from under your house so that your radon level goes down.
Right now, I'm just here because there were painters at my house, and my wife keeps asking me questions about like mineral green and all the other things, and I actually genuinely just am like, it looks better, and that's what I've got, and so I've got to think of new words to say when I get home. And she's like, "Well, how do you think the ceilings look? Does the trim match well?"
You give her one of these. I can try to help.
Please.
Is that semi-gloss?
See, I usually go with hints of oakiness, and I just try to incorporate that into everything because it's very sophisticated sounding. And I'm like, that shade has hints of oakiness.
And I got one for you. I got one for you. Like whatever color it is, like what is it going to be? Like a green?
Yeah, there's some greens and grays and other things.
It's like a gray green, but with a hint of camel.
Ooh.
You like that?
I like that one. That's really good.
A hint of camel.
Yes. It reminds me of the surf in the ocean and some other. See, it's paint. It doesn't have blood on it.
You're going too much. You're doing too much.
I know.
There's too much.
I'm like, there's
the surf. What are you talking about?
My walls from the Beast has like blood and dirt and everything, and so the fact that it's not that is perfect. I'm like, it doesn't look like a crime scene anymore.
Grok says we should take care of the radon, apparently.
Grok's
So,
in on it. Grok probably gets a cut from the Radon
from
Industrial
Big Radon.
Complex.
I hope that I can get to James when I get back because James has a thought on the Radon. It's 52 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for Efficient Heating and Cooling. Efficient Heating and Cooling is simply the finest company that I know when it comes to your heating and AC elements within your home. If you have any issues, if I have any issues, I know who to call. Jeff Eddy and Efficient Heating and Cooling. They're a smaller company with big service and a big heart, right? They don't try to be the biggest. They just want to be the best. They want a 100% satisfaction rating, and they strive for that every single day. Maybe you need a first opinion on whether your heater has gone kaput. Perhaps you're looking for a second opinion, whatever it might be. Jeff Eddy and his team, they're going to give you the real skinny, the straight dope, if you will. They'll tell you what you need to do to get it back running again and if it's worth it. Now, sometimes the life of the unit has just exhausted itself and it's time to get a new one. And if that comes, they're an Elite Pro partner with Rheem. They can help you find the right one for you, but they're never going to tell you that unless they truly mean it. And you can trust them. 615-784-4424, 784-4424 or efficienthvac.net. That's efficienthvac.net. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for Accurate Mortgage. Man, they were so good. They are so good at helping me in my continued effort to purchase a new home. Unlike the big online lenders at Accurate Mortgage, they treat you like a human being. I mean, because they know you. They see you at the ball game. They see you at the grocery store, and they want to be able to look you in the eye when all is said and done, and they can because they do it the right way. Look, rates remain a little bit higher than they have been in the last several years, but they're going down, and we don't want you to lose savings in your wallet to the interest rate in your head. It's a saying that matters when it comes to your interest rate. Why? Well, because you could save a lot of money by rolling into, some high-interest consumer debt. You could also potentially get a great value on a home right now if you're thinking about buying. So they are your local trusted advisor, Accurate Mortgages, and they will help guide you through this market for your home purchase or your refinance. Friends, I trust them. I use them. I love them. And you will, too. Call Accurate Mortgage today or visit them online at AccurateMTG.com. That's AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage, NMLS 129944. Rates and terms subject to change. Equal housing lender. Yeah, Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Thank you, and thank you. Been a heck of a show. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all of you. James has some thoughts, and we got 2 minutes to get into it. James, how are you?
Doing all right, man. So let me start by saying welcome to Tennessee, Radon Country.
Radon.
Here's the lowdown. I build houses for a living, and radon comes from a chemical element that's found in a lot of limestone. Tennessee has a lot of limestone. That's why I say welcome to Tennessee. So radium is a natural occurring radioactive element. It gives off a gas called radon. It can creep up through your foundation and get into your house. The numbers they're throwing at you are parts per million in the air. And it doesn't sound like a lot when you say it that way, parts per million. But when you get high radon levels like that, it can contribute to lung cancer and other bad stuff. So you definitely want to get it mitigated, and you definitely want to get it out of your house.
Okay. What is, in your experience, what does that run? Do you know?
So I'm mostly in new construction, and nowadays when you do new construction, they're building radon ventilation into new homes.
Into the construction. Okay.
So it's part
Makes
of the
sense.
construction.
Yeah.
If you're building a house on a concrete slab, they're ventilating it from underneath. If you're putting it on a crawl space, they're ventilating that crawl space. But like you said, this house was built, what, in the 50s, 60s?
1960.
So back then, they didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So you gotta just put in it's basically a ventilation system that's going to take all of that air in your crawl space and get it out of there and bring fresh air in from above ground so that you're getting the radon gas out of there and bringing fresh air in.
Ooh, James, this has been a wealth of knowledge. I thank you for the call, and I thank you for your learned experience in this field. You don't seem, I can't talk to you about it anymore. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow, folks. So
Bye.